Welcome. Merry Christmas, everyone, to a special night, but still Clobby'S Clubhouse Christmas party. And it's great to see you all here. This is, of course, Clobberin Times. This is number 273 on YouTube, but 973 overall. And we only have a few more days before, what do they call that again? Xmas. Just kidding. Christmas. Sorry. I mean, if you're an X-Man, is it called Xmas? So,
or if you're Greek, because the X actually stands for Christos or Christ. So that's what the X is. It's
gotcha. Okay.
So if you say Xmas, it's perfectly fine, especially in the context of being Greek, because you are in effect saying Christos or Christ.
Well, there you go.
See, you're right, and you didn't even know
a first lesson for the evening.
Sorry.
Thank you, number one. Yes, be quiet, number one. Sit here and don't talk the entire night. That's it. Everyone, I am banning Raquel from saying anything all night long. She's going to sit there.
I gotta stop nerding. Do you know what I mean? No, I need to geek more while I'm here, not nerd.
That's okay. We can move between both. We can handle both of them. But we love you. Thank you so much for being here. My wonderful first officer, Raquel Briggs.
I love you.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. And of course, we have the greatest chief engineer in the fleet, as well as in addition to the greatest first officer, Mark D with a C. What is up, dude?
Hello. Cheers. So everyone should be drinking eggnog that's spiked tonight because it's a Christmas party. So, and of course, you've got to have your Star Trek cup too, right? To drink that in. So, cheers, Merry Christmas.
As soon as you're done that eggnog, I want you to wash out that cup, and then I want you to put it in some nice paper, and then I want you to put it in some nice packing bubbles and ship it to my house.
It's on the way. Some hellos to our friends who are here with us or at the outset. Anyone else who shows up, we will we'll also shout them out accordingly on this Yuletide Clobby'S what do we call it? No, Comet's Corner. I'm so used to saying that. Clubhouse Christmas, whatever you want to call it. Steve Mitchum, what's up, buddy? Good to see you.
Well, hello there. Maddie for me. Merry Christmas to the little one.
Yes, indeed. The Comic Relief Crusader. Hail. Good to see you. Good to see you, my friend.
Nice to see you. Merry Christmas. And I received a gift in the mail from this marvelous person we call the Comic Relief Crusader. And we're going to talk about it tonight because I scanned this gift, and we're gonna share it. We're gonna talk about it, and I'm gonna learn today. You're gonna learn today.
Hey, excellent. Raymond Feliciano, what's up, buddy? Good to see you.
I can't make dolphin noises. Somebody make some dolphin noises for me.
I'm on it. We'll see if we can dig some up. Snortapoopas is here.
Snortapoopas!
Cuba!
Merry Christmas!
Eldritch Lord, what's up, Haster? Good to see you there, buddy.
Nice to see you.
Absolutely. Good to see you. Let's see here. The great Eric K, the Bronze Surfer.
Evening, handsome.
What is up, brother?
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
It is great to see you, my friend. Who else be here? Hungry Boy, the great Hungry Boy. Great to see you, my friend. Thank you.
Mwah, mwah.
J-Man, what's up, brother?
Evening, J-Man. So nice to see you.
Absolutely. D-Bud Martin, the Man of Iron.
Evening.
Hey. Let's see. The master of the Canadian wrench, Chris Persia.
Yes. Nice to see you, handsome.
Indeed.
Good to see you.
Great to see you, buddy. Let's see who else is here. Chat's hanging back on me, folks. Let's see here. Minimus is here.
Nice to see you. Merry Christmas.
Minimus Prime. He doesn't believe in Merry Christmases. Let's see here. Hang on. Almost got everyone. Some guy named Mark C with a D or something's in there.
Yeah. Kal-El is there.
Kal-El.
Hey, Kal-El. Khalil.
Oh, there you are, right there. I almost passed it up. Khalil, buddy, good to see you.
And the
Thank you.
Catman. Catman Boo is here. Dee Dee Myers.
Catman. Yes. Yes, indeed. Let's see here.
Chris
There we go.
Persia. I call all men who I really love handsome. I think it's great. I think it's a great nickname for men. Kind of like, who was it? Was it Laura Ingalls Wilder, who always called her beau manly? Yeah, I like that. I like that nickname too. I think I think so. I think it's good. I think yeah, good nickname.
Indeedishness. Well, Stuart Mitchell is here. Dolly wore braces. Thank you so much for being here.
Railroad tracks. Dolly had railroad tracks. Love you, Stuart. Merry Christmas.
In addition to the braces, of course.
Yes.
And let's see. Whoever else pops in, we will definitely shout them out accordingly. First, I will have my wonderful first officer tell us about her literary works. There we go.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much for featuring my work on your channel. It has reached so many people and it has helped me immensely. I just want to say thank you to everyone in the community for supporting my work and for leaving amazing reviews for me. And it's just, I woke up this morning and I read some of the reviews, some of the new reviews, and I almost started crying. Everyone has just been so kind and so wonderful. And I just feel so honored that everyone's enjoying the stories. So if you like science fiction short stories, you like Edgar Allan Poe, The Twilight Zone, The Outer Limits, you can support my work as an indie artist on Amazon. Just look for me, R.M. Briggs on Amazon, and you can download my short stories for under $1 a piece. So I think 74 cents American.
Well, there you go. Please, someone else pop in? No, okay. Please, everyone, please go to that and subscribe. Listen to me. And buy the books on it's the Kindle app, right? I mean, it's there are various ones you can use though, aren't there?
Yeah. If you go to the Amazon one, the reason why I send everyone to the Amazon one is evidently you can download it onto any device you want. But if you get it on the Kindle app, you can just exclusively get it on the Kindle app for the little Kindle device.
Excellent.
Makes a perfect Christmas present, right?
Oh my goodness! Ones. Thanks, Mark.
Absolutely.
Buy some extra and gift them out, right? That's how you spread the word. So,
because I need to get one of those. I don't know. I used to have a book reading app on one of my previous phones, and I've been trying to get one.
You can put the Kindle app on your computer, so you could actually read, the Kindle stories on your computer, and it's free to download the Kindle app on your phone, or if you have a tablet. God, those Kindles are so cheap now; they're practically giving away. If you get it one on Black Friday, or I think they're like $30, you can get one now, or $40.
Really?
Oh yeah, the Kindles are super. Depending on which one you get. I mean, there's like a fancy one that's like
$100. We need an intervention.
Eric K will get that. Yeah, they were.
Get that bad person.
And Chris got them. Yeah, they were on all the streams today. Yep. So
thanks, guys.
Yeah, they're really
persistent.
Yeah.
Out there right now, aren't they?
Yep. I never, it's so difficult to find that stuff on the internet. So I'm glad that. No, just kidding. That's so ridiculous. Yeah.
Kal-El, I meant every single word of what I said. I think that you are such a marvelous person. I love the things that you say on the stream, and I love that you're always acting like Superman and Clark Kent. And I love the way you talk to people, and I love the way you express your emotions, your morals, your ethics. I think you're terrific, Kal-El. Stephen.
Yes, indeed. He is a Steve we know.
He is. We're almost over the Steve threshold. Parrot Head!
Parrot Head!
Yeah!
Hey, Parrot Head.
All right. He found the salt shaker.
Drinking some margaritas, I hope, right now.
Well, if he's got a margarita, you have to hold up your eggnog and let Parrot Head know you are imbibing.
Yes, and I'm not a big drinker, but one shot of brandy in here, so we'll see how it goes. I'm a notorious lightweight, which is hysterical, but I can't hold my liquor, so it's I don't drink too much for that reason. Yep, but once in a while, a little bit's good. So.
Oh my goodness, that person's back. Ban that sucker. Nuke him. Nuke that person.
Phaser set
figured the
not
right
to stun, to disintegrate.
No, don't use phasers.
Yeah.
Don't, get out your disruptors.
Somebody got him quick before I was able to get him. Oh my goodness. Well, what's up, gang? Who's all doing Christmas this year? We are here at Clobberin Times. See?
Yay.
Nice.
See how Christmas
tree's up?
we are?
The tree's up. The Delta tree is up.
The Delta tree,
Yeah.
yeah. I have my Charlie Brown tree is up.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
I don't have much hanging from it, but a metal Enterprise ornament that's just too strong for it to hold up.
Oh, wonderful. I have a completely silver Christmas tree, and it is on a rotator. Wow. So it rotates around the room, or not around the room, but in a spot. And it's up. I finally got it up a little bit later this year. It's hard to get motivated to do the decorations when we're all, we've been all trapped at home for so long.
Oh, yeah.
I finally almost got all my decorations up. This is like, when are you putting those boxes back in the attic? So it takes probably like around 6 hours to get all my decorations up. So anyone who's been watching my show has seen the photos of the tree and all the different ornaments. So each year I kind of don't put them all up, but because then you have too many. But that's a fun thing. And then unfortunately, like the vid is really bad in my town. They shut down the high school for the rest of the the year. Well, they just sent the kids home, said go on your Christmas break a couple days early. And my sister's a school teacher, and someone in her class got it, and so now she can't go over from Christmas, and so it's so
wow.
I'm gonna end up eating all the 7 fishes now, because we do the Italian Christmas with we didn't do it last year, of course, like most people I'm sure didn't have a big crab, but we do squid, shrimp, eel.
Wow.
That's like a seafood salad, some whitefish, like
just all the sea bugs.
And sea bugs and clams and oysters.
Horrifying, Clobby.
Oh, it's so
Crazy
delicious.
Junior. Oh, I don't want all that. Ugh.
But Clobby, if you came over, you could have the spaghetti. You'd eat the spaghetti.
Thanks.
No, Clobby probably
sauce.
stay on the porch just from the smell. Oh, we
I
got
promise I
another
won't
one to
cook
nuke there,
tripe.
guys. Another
Chris Chris is here. Yeah, Chris will get
I chopped him. Chris is here, and you know who else is here, by the way, that Chris is helping me pay tribute to, because he helps us so much, and he's such a good friend of the show. I needed a time to find this picture. Somebody, I'm not gonna say who sent this to me, Chris, but how about tribute to the great bronze wrencher, Eric K.
No way! That's great. Who made that?
I don't know. He just sent it to me.
That's
Very cool.
fabulous.
Hey, that doesn't mean you're off the hook, Chris Persian. If I can make one for you, I've got to assign you a character first. You can be like Vindicator or Guardian or something. Since he's from up there, the Northern Territory.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. That's for our great friend Eric K, the Bronze Wrencher. Eric, you there, bro? This is for you, buddy. You might be wrenching, multiple wrenching out there, but I did see him earlier, didn't I?
Yep.
Oh,
No,
he'll be back.
Okay. There you go.
I'll be back. Yeah. Oh, he's in the chat. Yep. But I think Nerdrotic is on tonight too. So.
Oh, is he really? Well, that explains. That explains.
He's doing a special edition.
Well, I guess that figures.
Like us, yeah.
Well, great minds think alike, because Clobby was like, "Hey, let's do a Christmas edition on Wednesday."
Well, I couldn't plan it. I couldn't plan it because I wasn't sure what was going to happen, what I had going on for Thursday, and I just thought, and then I started thinking, you two actually have actual real lives and stuff with families to do stuff, and there's no way you're going to be able to do anything on Thursday.
Well, normally
you're going to be very busy.
Thank you. Yeah, normally Thursday's a crazy day because we have 40 or 50 people over with the family, but now it's going to be who knows who's left. I don't know. Everyone's is dropping out with the vid or potential exposure, so we might only have 10 people over, 8 people. So normally it's a huge huge job, and it's fun though. It's all that's kind of it's fun. But we do a big, huge cookout, all those sea bugs, and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Canadian Spider-Man's here. Hail,
Canadian
Canadian Spider-Man!
Spidey.
Yay!
He swung by.
What's
Great.
up, buddy?
Yep. And everyone check out his channel. He's got a lot of travel videos and fireside
Yeah,
chats. So
absolutely.
someone could throw his channel link up in there. That'd be great.
Please do if you can. If you know it, I don't know if I have it, but please, if someone could put that link in there.
Firesides from the Okanagan.
Yeah,
Very cool.
Wow,
Yep.
why do you do this? So too cold to go out there, man.
That's why you need the
What's wrong
fire.
with you?
It's
So we have to have a
beautiful.
roaring
It's very
campfire.
warm in the Okanagan. It doesn't even get cold in the Okanagan. It's gorgeous.
It only goes
there.
down to 0 by year. Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
only
Oh, it's
0. That's warm.
Steve. Okay. These are the Steves I know. These are the Steves I know. These are the Steves I know. These are the Steves I know.
Oh. Oh my goodness, this.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as Mark. So usually a packed house, a ton of prep. And this year I just found myself doing a great deal of decorating because, of course, I over decorate and the outside of my house is ridiculous. I mean, we make the Griswolds look like they under decorate. And so we still have
Is that why the
that
power
whole-
went out in the neighborhood?
Yeah. So we still have this a strong desire to create this Christmas spirit, this spirit of giving and sharing and charity and community. And yet it's scaled back so much. Of course, I'm still making everything from scratch. On Thursday, I have to make all my my pie crusts and get ready for the big Christmas Eve, which will be a sort of a slash between Canadian traditions and Irish traditions. So I'm going to have the Christmas pie that was outlawed by the Puritans here in North America. I will be making that, and I will be making a tortillere. So a little family get together, a safe family get together here on Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day, big party at I'm not going to talk about it because I don't like to talk about my family on air, but not a lot of people, but a big soiree with really good food, and I'm super excited about it.
Cool. Absolutely. Oh, and show notes, everyone. Obviously, I can't do the Global Geek Gang tomorrow. I had planned it. It was ready. It was up and going. And then something happened that I can't make it. It was totally unexpected. And I'm so sorry to everyone that I sent out. I'd already sent out a bunch of invites, and I was about to send out a whole bunch more. I was in the process of doing that when something came up today, and I can't do it tomorrow. If I don't know when I'll be home tomorrow, when I'll get home tomorrow. So I'll be going, I'll be out on the road. McKinney Draws. Hello there. Good to see you. Welcome. So I don't know when I'll be back. I'm so sorry. I really wanted to do it. And, I don't know, maybe if I get home early enough, I'll do just one out of the blue, but Crazy Junior. Hello. Good to see you. Probably won't be able to, but Saturday night, there won't be Saturday Night Star Trek for the next 2 weeks, but I'll be here and I'll be streaming, doing something. So if you got nothing better to do, and you probably do, I'll be here and just come hang out. So I wish I could have done the Global Geek Gang one, though. I really planned it. I've been missing doing that a lot lately. It's just things and stuff keep
Well, it's during
happening.
the day, right? So
It's
a
a
lot
daytime
tougher.
thing.
Daytime thing's tougher. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but see, this one was really one I thought I was going to be able to do. I was, this
And
was
that's
really
all
a
I
last
wanted for
minute thing.
Christmas. No, just kidding. Not to make you feel that. Mark, geez,
You have a channel, dude. Do it tomorrow.
No.
I trust with
I'll
the
be at
Global
work
Geek Gang.
tomorrow. Yeah, but
I would
no.
let do the Global Geek Gang.
thanks. Yeah.
Well, that's an incredible compliment. I don't know
Thank
if
you,
Mark
thank you very much.
fully heard you there, but
Yes, no, I
I would.
appreciate that. Yeah,
Well,
I really
I
appreciate
would.
that.
You
but,
could.
yeah.
So, yeah.
yeah.
And
No, I
there's
know.
no
I
one
know
else
you.
I'd
If
say
you were
that
there,
about.
you would. Thank you. Yep. But no, I
Yeah.
know. Yeah, if you could, people were looking forward to it. But do it. Do a New Year's special maybe or something. But
Well-
it's a fun hangout time, and yeah, that's why everyone likes.
Yeah.
Likes it's hanging out with the Global Geek Gang is always a lot of fun. But yeah, things get busy this time of year. So
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Let's see here. What do we have?
I like the way that he described it, showing respect for his family. I love Clobby's way of describing his privacy. Stuff and things. I need to just take that saying and use that saying instead of being like, well, I don't really want to talk about it. Now I should pull a Clobby and just say, I'm sorry, folks, stuff and things.
Stuff and things have this happened on me there. Gap Stargate, hello there. Good to see you. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to all of you. Well, Merry Christmas, you old savings and loan. I'm sorry. Merry Christmas, Mr. Potter, you scurvy little spider. Sorry.
Yeah, the first time I saw that movie, I was bawling like a little kid. I was like, oh my God. And I hadn't seen it. I'd never seen it until I was away at college, too. So I was feeling kind of homesick.
Merry Christmas. Yes.
Like,
I don't know.
how could I have never seen that movie? And then it came on. I'm like, are you crying over there? I'm not crying. There's something in my eye.
I do love that movie. I mean, it's the original Twilight Zone episode.
Yep. And the Saturday Night Live skit is awesome with Dana Carvey.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was, seen that one.
You know, that was on the Shatner, the famous Get a Life Shatner episode.
That was the Shatner episode. That's why it was so good. Yeah,
yeah, it was. Yeah,
but it was when Dana Carvey, and then they lynch Mr. Potter.
Let's go get that son of a car. That's fantastic. Mr. Potter, you know what a scurvy little spider. Sorry, I know it's not. Yeah. Oh dear. It. Well, I'll tell you first up, our first feature of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, is our wonderful first officer has something to show us. Unless if you're ready.
Yeah, Mark, do you want to throw that up?
Oh, sure. Yep. Let me throw that up.
She means
yeah, I haven't had that much to drink. I haven't had that much to drink yet.
Don't throw up your eggnog.
Yeah, we won't do that. Yeah,
Dave G.
I'm a lightweight, but not that light.
Yeah.
Good to see you there, Dave G. Sound. Hey, Eric K., were you here a minute ago when we showed you your tribute? Let's show it again just in case. The Bronze Surfer, Merry Christmas. He says, ho, ho, ho. Hello, Earth. Have you been a good little planet? If not, I'm going to put you on the naughty list, and Galactus will be here. Here's my wrench. And stop spamming everybody and trolling them on YouTube, you little bastards.
Love it.
I'll be right there just grabbing the... Let's see. Get
Just Joe.
Screen.
What's up, Jobber?
Hey, Joe. Nice to see you.
Sorry about them Bears, buddy, but, next year, bro. Sorry. But, it's a crazy league, dude. Even though I'm glad I gave it up. But every time I just glance at it, I go, wow, am I glad I gave it up. I gave it up at the right time, at least, because my team is absolute garbage, and I know how it feels now. And yours too, Mark, by the way.
Oh God, and their quarterback's out for the rest of the year.
Garbage.
Yeah, not that it matters, but yeah, you don't want anyone.
No, it doesn't matter anymore. Oh no, I'm not saying I'm glad he was hurt. I'm saying
no, yes, I know what you meant. That's what I'm saying. It's like he's hurt for the rest of the year, but not gonna matter. Yep.
That's quite a present.
A gingerbread house? Is it a gingerbread house for Maddie? Are you going to show her how to put together a gingerbread house?
How did Santa get it on the sleigh? That thing really is dimensionally transcendental. That means it's, as the doctor says, it's dimensionally transcendental. What does that mean? It means that it's bigger on the inside than it is on the out. That's the thing. I don't know what. And later, I'm going to get into what is everyone. It's a cliche topic, but Christmas is the time for cliches, and it is. We're going to talk about things you like to watch for Christmas. But right now,
nice.
Mike has a production for us.
There we go. Yep.
Let's see. There's Maddie.
Deepak Martin. You mean Maddie got a house, Steve Mitchum. I love the way Deepak Martin thinks.
Jobber, is Nagy fired? Did it look like they were firing his ass? It's like, I don't know. Sorry, buddy, about that. Yeah, I got other buddy. You're not my only buddy who's a Bears fan. I'm sorry. Okay, let's see here.
Well, that Kurt Warner movie's coming out.
Yeah, it is.
Was on today.
That's going to get annihilated, dude, by Spider-Man.
Well, but it should be a fun movie to watch. I mean, it's an amazing story.
At least you can watch The Matrix at home because it's on.
Oh God, we'll talk about that after. But
you saw it?
I saw about 10 minutes of it. Then I turned it off.
I heard it was pretty bad.
It's pretty bad. Yeah, it's pretty. Well, so far it was pretty bad.
So what's in front of me? What is this?
Wah, 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 wah. That's well, I mean, right now, just like something that says Deep Space Nine, I need more context. I saw. Is that the beginning?
That's the
Didn't
first page. That's the cover.
That's the first page.
wasn't
So I
wasn't it from
received
Hero
this
magazine?
from the Comic Relief Crusader in the mail. This marvelous human being sent this to me. And so I immediately scanned it and shared it with two of my best friends in the whole wide world. And I wanted to talk about it tonight, not only to thank the Comic Relief Crusader for sending this to me via snail mail. So I actually physically received this from him for Christmas, but also I wanted to learn about it. I wanted to understand what an ash can is. So I'm going to throw it over to Mark and Clubby and take me to school.
Well, didn't you put that as the first one? The one that's from Hero magazine or something? I saw one of the pictures that.
That's on the back, boss man.
Oh, that's the back cover. It was first on the ones I'm seeing.
Yep.
Premier edition number 11. Hero magazine was a one of the many attempts in the 90s to supplant Wizard magazine as the main crappy comics related mag. And I'm sorry, I'm biased against Wizard, everybody. But I bought Hero for a while. I don't think about this one. So what do we have here? We have go ahead, Mark. I mean, I didn't really...
Well, so what ash cans were like, kind of like a sample comic, I guess, is the best way to describe it. I mean, it's a ash can. I know it's got to have some kind of history to the word, which, but yeah, it doesn't. It's not something you burn, an ash can. But I don't know why.
It was basically comics publishers, and not just them, other publishers would make like a preliminary copies or like preview little snippet like copies from the printer that would be sent to them that they could just look at the preview. And then sometimes it's not the whole comic book or not the whole publication. I bet Hungry Boy knows a lot more about that than I do. And they would send them to publish and stuff. And sometimes someone got this idea throughout the 90s to start and some of the promotions Wizard or Hero and some other magazines might have is they would make ash can editions of various comics available. They'd be much smaller than the regular size comic book. They would usually be in black and white. I mean, that's usually what an ash can is that as I remember. I have a few. I think I have the 1963 ash can. I think I have a couple other not from the year 1963, the comic book 1963, the Alan Moore comic. And I got a few others. But yeah, it was kind of a fad in the 90s to offer those for. Yeah. So go ahead.
But the name or the type of book or publication goes back many years, I guess. So yep.
Yeah.
So, but it was popular. Yeah. So you've got Paramount Pictures, Warrior Publications, Malibu Comics, and QVC. I guess QVC was trying to sell comic books at this point. So this is kind of to promote the Star Trek Deep Space Nine comic book. So that's August 1993, they're saying. And then Mike Barr, the writer, and Gordon Purcell. So I've got a ton of his Star Trek comics as the
Gordon
artist.
Was pretty good, yeah. Mike Barr is a trick writer. This was around that point where it's funny. DC, I think, still had the other Trek titles, original series, and in TNG, but Malibu, which was kind of owned by Marvel, really, ended up getting the Deep Space Nine license.
Okay. Yep. And of course, we've got that name there, Paula Black, which should be familiar to everyone who watches your show on Saturday Night with Raquel. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And then she is a prolific author for Star Trek. When Star Trek is looking, or people who want to speak about Star Trek start rooting around for an author, Paula usually materializes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So many
interviews with Mike Barr. Again, never liked a lot of his Trek writing. Yeah, Hungry Boy. I don't know. I've had. Let's just say I've been fairly critical of some of Barr's writing, but I mean he was around for a while, especially at DC. So go ahead.
So I guess they're saying how long is Deep Space? What year did Deep Space Nine go on? In there, 91, 3,
yeah, so 93, somewhere up in there, right?
Yeah, so that makes sense. They'd promote it with a comic book starting like a year
after.
So this is basically just like a promotion of the comic book, and saying, hey, the Star Trek is a wagon train to the stars. Then Deep Space Nine is like the frontier town where they stock up before going to the frontier.
Hungry boy. You're brutal. You're brutal, sir. Only Minnie got hired. Ooh. He did write the first DC Star Trek series. Yeah. I just didn't really like him on Batman and the Outsiders that much, and so I don't know. I was not a big fan of that comic, to be honest with you. But go ahead.
Yep. No, so I guess they're just this is all just a promotion here. For guys can read through it quickly, but they're just trying to the artists and the writers are saying looking forward to getting back into the Star Trek universe and talking about it. So it's basically a commercial for the comic book, but it's always cool to hear these the insiders talk and hear about what they've got going on with the comic book. So and they're talking about the producers, Rick Berman, Michael Piller, and talk about just different characters in Deep Space Nine too. I don't know how. I mean, it took a while before people really liked the show too. I'm assuming so. It took.
It was another late bloomer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not maybe as bad as TNG was at that though, was it?
Yeah.
I think it definitely started off much better. I mean, you had.
Well, I think the thing is that with each iteration, that the people involved try to make it their own. And they sort of feel hampered by the very difficult premise of writing from a utopian or positive outlook on the future. It's extremely difficult to write in a positive way. It's much easier to write, oh, the whole world's falling apart. It really is. It's much easier to create conflict. It's much easier to resolve the conflict if you're writing from that narrative or from that premise. So I think that's why it always receives this lukewarm reception in the beginning until it finds its sea legs, as it were. And it's about building relationships and making sure that the characters are strong enough to hold on to the viewership. And it is very difficult for people who write for Star Trek, the further away they get from Gene. And it's not an easy task. And sometimes they win and sometimes they lose and sometimes they're meh.
Yep. That's right. That's right. And, I can understand how with this show, they just didn't want to be a carbon copy of DNG, know, and some say there's that old thing about whether they were a copy of B5 or not beside the point. You still had to be your own animal. And it took a while to find that footing. I remember, like I said, when I first saw the first one way back then, I was kind of big into Babylon 5 and not really liking this one that much. I watched the first one. And I watched one or two others and just didn't care anymore till the Trials and Tribulations came along. Mm-hmm. But back in 2015, 16, whatever it was, when I went back and decided to do, give it a lot longer look, it took me about maybe 10, 15, 14 episodes to really warm up to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's okay. There were some okay ones. I remember watching one that pissed me off so bad. I'm like, I'm not watching this anymore. But then I said, nah, I said, I'll go back and keep going. And then I was okay.
Yeah.
But
we did have Picard on the first episode, right?
Yes.
Yep. So you had that send off. Yep. And then Cisco actually punches Q, which was fun. That was a good episode.
That was fun.
Earlier episode. Yep.
Yeah.
But all the writers are getting to know the characters usually. I mean, TOS I think is just lightning in the bottle, or they're just so talented that they nailed those characters from the start.
Yes.
But I think most traditional shows, it always takes a little bit for the writers to get a feel of the characters. Like All in the Family almost got canceled. That almost didn't make it, to the next season. Some great shows. Seinfeld almost got. Of course, that's a debate. Some people hate Seinfeld, but that almost didn't make it either. So
one of the most famous shows ever, though. So
so you never know. Yep. But this is interesting here. The guy was saying, Gordon Purcell saying, next to Mary Tyler Moore and Bob Newhart, it's my favorite show of all time. I was a newspaper delivery boy and used to fold the newspapers while watching Star Trek. So that shows you how old he is, because he's delivering newspapers and people are still reading them. So,
Remember
that's
newspapers,
interesting.
everyone?
Yes.
Yeah. That's.
I was first
Gordon-
published in a newspaper. Look at how old I am.
Wow.
We still get the paper. We're one of the few people on the street that
They
still
still
get the
make them.
newspaper.
No, I mean,
Yeah. They do a lot of great reporting, I have to say. Especially the small local papers. You get the stories. The local stories, and that's always fun to keep up on. But it's a tough business now.
Yeah. And Hungry
Lord
Boy
will
is
say.
talking about how it's harder to write for a utopian because destruction is easier than postmodernist.
Yeah.
Chat jumped. Postmodernist. Let's mockingly mock something with a dark mirror image. Hungry Boy, yeah. Now you're not talking
That's
like a
absolutely
comic
right.
book artist. Now you're talking like an author, and that's exactly true. I mean, they always say, don't rip your stories straight from the headlines. But in doing dystopia, often that's exactly where authors go. And so all the material is provided to them, and not much imagination is required, where writing from a utopian perspective it takes a lot of originality, and it takes a lot of work. It's a lot harder because you're not just simply saying, oh, okay, well, let's characterize this, and this is what's happening, let's create commentary on this. You're creating an entirely new world. And somebody who is marvelous at this is Andy Weir. Andy Weir is just magnificent author. Highly recommend him. There are dystopian people out there who are ripping from the headlines or writing about dystopian stuff, and they're doing it from a very original bend. But the thing is that that's very rare, and it's so I love your comments, Hungry Boy.
Everyone, there once was a composer named Redstone. When it comes to writing Trek limericks, he has never been outshone. Good to see you, Max. We appreciate you, buddy. You, even in your absence, has been extraordinarily entertaining on Star Trek, The Next Generation, Saturday Night Star Trek, with your amazing limericks, sir, and we appreciate you. And Merry Christmas to you, Max. Good to see you, buddy. And there's Captain Cockney, number Spock. What's up, bud?
Hello, Captain Cockney. Hello, Max. And yes, I just want to say thanks again to the Comic Relief Crusader. I will definitely put this up with my comic collection. My comic collection is strictly limited to Star Trek. I'm not a geek. I'm a nerd. I'm just learning from these fabulous geeks. But I will love it and care for it. And thank you so much for sending it to me. It was incredibly thoughtful of you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Very nice of you to do this. Absolutely. And let's see here. Yes. What? Captain Cockney Spock. What's up, dude? Going to drink rum, eggnog, watch the Muppets Christmas Carol in a bit. So, okay. Well, we almost jumped on it. Well, it's good to see you, sir.
Yep. Enjoy that Muppets Christmas Carol. What a classic.
Yes.
Yeah, Kal-El. Exactly. Kal-El says it's hard to create conflict in a utopian future. Dystopian is so much easier since, by definition, something is terribly wrong with that version of the future. Yeah, and this is why I don't applaud these people that are like, oh, Gene Roddenberry, he just wanted this utopian society. That's not possible. It's stunning and brave to make Star Trek dark and dystopian because it makes it more realistic. Well, if you know anything about writing, you know that that's a bunch of cockamamie crap.
Yep.
It's crap.
And if they know about anything about his Gene as a writer, now, whatever some of these people saying all that stuff about him not wanting any conflict and all that kind of stuff, all I know, and again, I wasn't there, I didn't talk to him. All I know is he has written some stuff with quite a bit of conflict, inner and outer. I mean, sometimes the conflict will come from within, sometimes from without. And this guy wrote for the greatest Western TV show of all time, Have Gun Will Travel, a Western, and Paladin had a lot of conflict, and then right after that, the greatest Starship Captain, James T. Kirk. He you can't tell me the guy didn't believe in conflict. Watch Star Trek.
Agreed.
Watch Have Them Will Travel.
Yeah.
Now, maybe, I don't know, maybe he changed a little bit by the 80s. That's what they say. I don't know.
I think it's just whining and complaining, really. Because when you look at that show Bible, it seems as though they're willing to bat at the show Bible as though it were some type of piñata. But then they clearly say things. They're caught in quotes where it's evident they never read the show Bible, or they just skimmed it and didn't take it seriously. So I agree with you, Clobby. As somebody who is very familiar with Gene Roddenberry's work, and not just Star Trek, outside of Star Trek, yeah, he didn't shy from conflict. It was the type of conflict. And certainly when speaking of the future, he wanted to demonstrate that there was hope, that we could work together to make something beautiful of our future, and that we should run as fast as we possibly could toward that future, and just be loving, kind, open-hearted, embrace technology, and try and transform society into something really, really beautiful. And so when I hear people speak out against that, I'm like, what? Sit down, be quiet.
Is it deceptive?
Do you think it's maybe the?
What's up, Sean? Good to see you, buddy.
Hey, Sean.
Oh, Sean.
Nice to see you, my friend.
Absolutely.
Do you think it's the kind of conflict, or maybe the type of, there's always competition or between the crew, or I'm trying to find the right words, but just maybe it wasn't like petty conflicts he was looking. Roddenberry didn't want to see, but maybe
yes,
command decisions,
advancement.
And
societal evolution, but he didn't say that there wouldn't be bad things or even human beings doing bad things, because that doesn't pan out. He has that happening all the time on original series.
Yeah, look at the Daystrom M5 computer, right? When they're arguing about installing that into the ship, so there was definite conflicts there. But in my mind, to me, it always meant like not the petty everyday.
That's right.
Silly conflicts.
I think mainly what he said was some of the things happen. He would say, "Well, most humans don't do that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Most humans don't do this." He didn't say never. I guess I just said that you have to find. Most of the conflict should come from without.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean characters can't be flawed human beings still, but things that are more commonplace today, I think he was saying, won't be commonplace in his 23rd and 24th centuries. That's always the way I always looked at it.
Yeah,
you wouldn't have a character doing selling drugs on the Enterprise.
Selling drugs on the Enterprise is stupid, Harlan Ellison. Sorry.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Is that he really felt as though we would have a new ethos, that our ethic would move towards edification. So we would take on this philosophical model where our lives were bettering ourselves, to become wise, to educate ourselves, to self-actualize. So getting caught up in these petty squabbles would be unprofessional in a military organization, number one. And number two, he wanted to make it very clear and put it in black and white that he wanted that hard science fiction. So he wasn't shying away from these philosophical debates and entertaining these really weighty issues. What he did not want is he didn't want a space opera. He didn't want people asking if Bill was sleeping with Sandy, and if Sandy liked, Mike, and if Mike was going to, do this or do, like, he didn't want it, devolving into a sitcom like thing. And in socio-historical context, people have to realize that he had a lot of things to consider and worry about when bringing Star Trek forward, because pretty much all anybody wanted to watch on television were Westerns. The Westerns ruled everything at this time. People really, really loved Westerns at this point in history. And networks just wanted to compete with one another over who had the best Western. Holding on to science was a difficult thing to do.
And now they named a hotel after it. Oh, sorry, that was bad. That was bad. That was the drink. Bump. That was horrible. Kick me out.
We'll allow it. Raymond had to run.
Spirit.
Take care, Raymond. Have a good night, sir. Merry Christmas to you.
Good night. Merry Christmas to you and Sandra.
Good night, Aaron.
Current writers itching to introduce squabbling and disagreements among main crew. Trek characters should really look inward and why they want that, because they're projecting. Yeah, absolutely. So
I hate it, Decepticon. I absolutely hate it. This whole thing of millennials crying in the dark, talking about their feelings and openly saying, how does that make you feel? And just all of these feelings. Feelings are great. Feelings are wonderful, and to have a really high emotional IQ or EQ is very important in life, and being empathetic is incredibly important. But we certainly can't have a world and a workplace that's ruled by nothing but feelings, and so it's rather odd. Eventually, you do have to get down to the work of life, and eventually you have to compose yourself and do something other than talk about you.
It's tough to do for some of these people these days. I mean, you read stories or talk to people, and and you hear about these slights that are, I'm like, that's a slight, or that they're offended by that, or that quote unquote triggered you. It's like, my God, try working in the real world for a while and see what happens. I mean, and things that we would never even conceive of as being a slight or an affront, or someone says the wrong thing to you, just get over with it, especially if the person's not doing it with malice or trying to hurt you. That's one thing, if you got someone insulting you or saying something, but God, what people are concerned about. I mean, think of the problems that people have in the world, and then they're gonna worry about these little things. I mean, there was a news show tonight on a football player who's got ALS, and he's saying and he can't even speak anymore, and he's using the eye with fantastic technology, Star Trek technology, moving his eye to be able to type out and speak. And he's saying, I'm grateful for all the gifts that I have, and Merry Christmas to everyone. He's got a new book that's out. It's a former Syracuse University player. I think the name is Tim Green. And he's trying to motivate people. He said, there's going to be a cure for this someday. And I'm just so blessed to have such great family and friends. And the guy's in a wheelchair and lost the use of his voice. So, I mean, and then you read about these, someone said something mean to me the other day, and my world's going to end. It's, put things in perspective, please.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, absolutely.
I also think that it's important too to not prioritize your entire life around your internal perceptions and your internal dialogues. I think sometimes it's nice to, instead of talking, to listen, and to maybe think of others before yourself, and maybe think about somebody else's feelings instead of your own. So I think the whole meditation on making sure that everyone is, massaging your feelings, I think it's rather odd, and I think it's a relatively new concept, and I hope it's a fleeting one.
I agree with that sentiment. Yep. And then, this panel is interesting here, or page, because it just shows you how much work a comic book is to make too. You've got to, the artist has got to sketch the panels and think of what the writer has written. So the page before it,
Ash can,
this is the script, and then the artist has got to conceptualize what the writer is writing. So it's it's a lot of work to go back and forth and to do this kind of stuff. I mean, it's not easy. So even if,
this is Hungry Boy's life, Mark.
Yeah,
crazy.
So, and then if you had to go change something, it's not easy to change. Say the writer, I don't like the way you drew that. I'm just guessing what could happen, and then the artist has got to go back and draw a new panel. It's a lot of work to draw a panel. It's not. And then this is the final. So this is great.
Wow.
This is the original, right? Sketch the concept.
Yeah.
And this is the final page here, which is really nice to see. Yep. That's nice artwork. Yep.
So much work.
Yeah, he did sort of like I don't know. Hungry Boy can tell you what sort of technique he's using for his art. I like Purcell though. he just looks at pictures from from episodes and tries to form his panels. Thusly, at that time, I guess they were allowed to use the likenesses more than in some other comics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, use of colors is interesting there.
Almost
I never
looks
bought
like a
into the Deep
watercolor.
Space Nine comics. Yeah, it almost does. Now, Hungry Boy could tell you exactly what that is.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It works for that kind of comic. I think the reason why I think it wouldn't work from some comic characters with me, but since it's adapting a TV show, then I say fine, look like the TV show.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I'm okay with it. So
Yeah, I
sometimes
agree,
it really doesn't look. Yeah.
Snortopoopas. But I think Snortopoopas says you had bags of feelings in TOS, but not wailing in corridors. You had Kirk showing obvious pain in his face when something tragic has happened, or he's having doubts
Right.
about himself. And
Yep.
and that exhibiting that strength to criticize yourself instead of criticizing everyone else, but to criticize yourself. I love it, Snortopoopas. You're a very good bear. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm getting at. You know, that being able to weather the storm and being able to look at what you can do to make things better and not how everyone's out to get you, but
Yeah.
about how you should weather the storm, or how you can weather the storm, and how you can turn it into a positive and empathize with others instead of constantly coming out with a dialogue to get others to empathize with you. There should be some give and take, or we're going to have a very strange world where everyone's just gazing at their own navel.
Yeah.
thanks, Hungry Boy. I appreciate that. Yes. So this is basically an ash can. Was it's funny. It was a strange promotional gimmick used only really in the 90s, it seems, if I remember right. I mean, I remember you can find ash can editions, but I really only started seeing them around the 90s or so. And this is an ash can edition put together through Hero magazine, where they had that little interview and all that stuff, along with some ash can images. So yeah.
Yep. Kind of a preview. Yep. Yeah, I like the art. It's pretty good. Yep. I don't know if I have any of the Deep Space Nine comics. I don't think I do either.
I don't have any of them. I remember them, but I don't think I do anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, Malibu was a pretty interesting little venture, but like Hungry Boy said, they did have a lot of license stuff. They're like the IDW of their time, perhaps. Maybe Hungry Boy. I don't know. So how many pages?
Yep. Well, that's the last. Yeah. So that's
That's
the last. That's the last page. Yep. I think that was the back. That was the back cover. Yep. So that's the last.
What a
So
treat.
there's not much in it.
Hero number
But
one
it's,
too. I remember buying
interesting
that when it came out.
information. Yep.
I bought that comic. I mean, that mag. Hero number.
Oh, the
one.
magazine. Yep. Okay, magazine. Yep. Yeah.
It was just a carbon copy of Wizard. Well,
Yeah.
it seemed to me anyway. And Wizard was worse, of course, because Wizard was a piece of. Bleh.
What a great idea this was, Comic
That's
Relief
nice, yeah.
Crusader. This was a great idea.
Yeah.
And then you had a post. Then what you could do too. That's the centerfold. So if you're a fan of DS9, then you could pop that page out. I used to do the magazines when I was a kid, and then that, you hang that up on your wall as a poster, and you got
Yes.
it's a double. So this is left and right like that, but it's the centerfold.
Yep.
And you make a poster. Yep. So that's a nice collectible. Yeah.
Yeah. Hungry Boy. I've never been very kind to Wizard. They just Hungry Boy about. I don't know if you were hanging with us, but maybe 6-7 months ago, I did a show about, the Comics Journal, Amazing Heroes, and all those things. The mags about comics, if you will. I can't remember what I call it or whatever now, but it was about all of the comics journalism, basically, when there was comics journalism.
Mhm.
And I purposely did not, other than bashing Wizard, I didn't bring Wizard into it that much because they were one of the trash mags that destroyed the real comics journalism, in my opinion. Yeah, like Hero Mag was like Wizard's little brother, which Wizard, if the analogy goes forward, Wizard killed its little brother. Then they started putting on lousy cons too, Wizard cons. Yeah.
But that was, Wizard was in every comic book shop I went into too. Some of the other fanzines were tough to find, but they were definitely.
It was the biggest. It was
the biggest. Yeah.
It was so friggin' shallow, and it was slick. It was gimmicky. It was shallow, whereas with Comics Journal or Amazing Heroes or whatever, you would get really long interviews, long form interviews, reviews. Actually, something you could sink your teeth into. There was a lot of depth and substance. With Wizard World, it was just jokey crap, gimmicky. Ugh. And what I hated most,
the pictures and this, it was.
Comic Relief Crusader, gentlemen, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but the Comic Relief Crusader would like you all to explain what happened to Wizard. What happened?
Just the comics industry got to such a saturation point. I'm not exactly when, to be honest, to where they just didn't care about a magazine that was, sort of on the periphery, not really part of the company, reporting on them. Whereas because the big publishers just put out their own propaganda, and it just, I don't know, it just died off, and they just went off and started doing cons. Hello there, JT Kirk.
Hey, JT, nice to see you.
LJT.
Exactly, Sean. Yes. Each Hero magazine have one of their Comic Insider VHS tapes. Lots of flash, no substance. Exactly, and that's what Wizard was, no substance.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like Toy Fair magazine. I remember that.
It was very tabloid version without being an actual tabloid.
You guys, 1991 to 2011. Ooh, that's a pretty short shelf life.
Yeah, it just kind of died out when the industry pretty much couldn't support it anymore. And those guys were doing, the guys, I don't know if they sold it or whatever, but Wizard Con, which now has sold out to Fan Expo, was around for a long time.
Green Lantern killed it, see? Last issue.
Every Green Lantern killed it. Well, they were trying to expand.
No, come on. Ryan Reynolds is on the final issue of, oh, wow.
Blame Canada.
That is a tombstone. Like, if you wanted to see a tombstone, what do you want on your tombstone? The Green Lantern, Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern on the Wizard magazine tombstone. Wow. That's a double down death.
Oh, Captain America's shield. I wonder if that's, remember the shield appeared, Cap shield was in the Hulk movie as a cutscene. Yeah, so that may,
Incredible Hulk.
That's Incredible Hulk. Yeah, I wonder if that's what they're referencing there. So everyone's went nuts over seeing Cap shield on the ice. Yep.
Sean, no, that's true. Kevin Smith is an idiot, so that's all. But I remember that interview, and it was in Wizard. I remember freelancers sucking up to these mags to get exposure. Yeah, but there was a time when there were a lot of those mags out there, and it's because there was an industry when there's not much of an industry to cover. Why are there going to be mags covering it? And nobody would, and that's another thing. Things were, around that time, things a lot more and more was going to digital. People weren't buying magazines. Oh, God, I hate it. It's making my eyes bleed seeing this crap.
Sorry.
That's all right. We can make it
pretty bad.
It's just they have all these gimmicks. I remember I had to order my Trip figure from the Enterprise.
Oh, boss man, look what they did to Superman.
It's garbage and shitty. I had to order, like, they would do Wizard exclusives too, like some toys, McFarlane toys. Trip from the Enterprise line, my Trip figure, Charles Tucker the Third, in his normal uniform. You could only get it by a stupid Wizard exclusive. That sucks. They used to do that kind of crap all the time. Like,
that's a great figure to have, though.
Yeah. Spider-Man 3. It was painful to even buy this. Like, if they had an article I wanted to read and something, I go, oh God, I don't want to buy Wizard. I pick it up once in a while, and it was a crappy format. It was smaller. It wasn't even magazine sized until later. I think maybe till later. It's just slick. It looked slick and all that stuff. It had started out with a little news, a couple of moronic articles, and then in the back they had their stupid monthly price guide in there. And they had their toy guide in there. It's like, you suck. I hate it, Wizard.
Disney buys
Marvel.
How
there's so many Canadians in the chat. The Canadians are like, we're sorry about Ryan Reynolds. There's so many of us here tonight. I'm personally very proud of Ryan Reynolds. That is a very cute boy. And he has since more than redeemed himself. His Deadpool is so wonderful.
I still get blamed for taking my friends to see that Green Lantern movie. It's like an inside friend joke because it's my birthday's in June, so let's go to Green Lantern. I'll treat everyone, and they're like, whenever I say, do anyone want to go to a movie? They're like, you're not going to take us to that Green Lantern crap fest again, are you?
That was pretty low.
I'm like, no, you can watch The Matrix 4 at home.
You're welcome, hungry boy. I like that. Instead of giving him an accidental Xmas present by skewering this garbage, now you are welcome, sir. Wizard is poo. I've always just held it in the lowest of regard.
Hungry boy, that's so vulgar, but so funny. I can't read that. It's too vulgar for me. But Hungry boy, that's pretty funny.
Well, they got Spider Girl on the cover.
Oh man,
I like Spider Girl.
I know it's fine. I'm just saying. They got a lot of good characters on the cover.
Yeah.
I hate that stupid Batgirl outfit.
Yeah, I never liked that Cassandra Cain in that outfit. Yeah.
There's hero number 1.
JT Kirk, you can be an honorary Canadian anytime you want, honey.
That's right.
On behalf of all of the Canadians in the chat, and there are lots of us here tonight.
Here we go.
You are definitely an honorary Canadian.
Yes. Boy, this sucks here.
So we have to apologize for our heroes too, for Daredevil, right?
Yeah. This movie sucks, donkeys.
Ben, we can apologize to Canada for Ben Affleck, right?
You need to apologize for that Ben Affleck. Terrible.
Yes.
Yeah. What a heel.
The director's cut of Daredevil is actually free to watch now online.
That's a
on
shame.
YouTube, I think.
I still can't. It's free, and I still can't afford it because
it's send it to everyone for Christmas.
The cost is time. Unless you can assure me Ben Affleck's been completely cut out of it, I don't want to watch it.
Hungry boy, Canadians are heavily influenced by the French, and I believe over a third. I think I heard Gordon Ramsay say over a third of a typical French person's diet is meat. You need to understand in Canada, like bacon is a food group. So we have pea meal bacon that's kind of like Irish bacon. Then we have strip bacon. We have back bacon. We have, listen, you don't understand. Hungry Boy says, do Canadians allow bacon for Christmas Day breakfast? Oh my goodness. If you ever come to Canada and you see breakfast, it's a plate of meat with some meat and some meat. It's a lot of meat.
Nice.
And I have all of my American friends. I think it was Steve Mitchum who once said that he came up to Canada and he couldn't believe how much meat we eat. We eat a lot of meat up here. So yes. Christmas Day breakfast at my house will be eggs Benedict with pea meal bacon, strip bacon, and tater tots. So it's going to be lots of meat with some meat and some meat.
Canadian bacon, eggs Benedict are very tough to make correctly. You got to get those eggs poached just right.
Well, I'm told by many a customer and the folks in my family that I make the best. So nice. I'll be making sure that I'll take some pictures and put them up on Twitter.
Not too runny, it's got to be just right.
No, it has to be a medium poach.
Yeah. So
perfect medium poach, no slime.
Yeah, or the other times we get them and they're totally overcooked. You're like,
nah, that ruins it.
But I'm too nice. I never send anything back. So yeah.
Oh no, you need to send that back. That's like cooking a steak well done. That's a no.
But I never trust what I'm going to get after. So I just eat it.
Yeah.
This is a palate cleanse for having to look at that wizard crap. This is what comics journalism was supposed to be like. Yes, the comic journal was elitist and all that other kind of stuff, but it was comics. I mean, and there was substance to it. And I still have a giant collection of these. I still have all my issues of it. And this was when it was comics reporting, and it had so much better. Good God, everything about it was better. And yes, Gary Groth. Well, I'm not going to knock him here. He was a snob. And he admitted it, though. He admitted he was an elitist.
He
still
admitted
does.
it,
Yeah, he admitted it.
He
So
admitted
anyway-
the magazine had too many words.
Hungry Boy says pork is de facto currency here in Oz with good reason. And Chris Persia says, Raquel, you can never have enough bacon. I've had stuffed roast pork tenderloin wrapped in strip bacon. Chris, I make that. So that's very, very good.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Gas Mask Animations. I hope you're doing well, buddy.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, it's good to see you, my friend. Yeah, let's see here. Gosh. I think, wow, an issue I don't, looks like an issue I don't have.
Inconceivable.
What?
think I might-
Inconceivable.
Inconceivable.
And Raquel, you've got to watch that for Christmas.
I do.
Don't tell her what to do.
Yeah, I am. You got. Everyone has to watch the Princess Bride. If I'm a dictator, that's gonna be my first ruling. If
That's
you haven't
okay.
seen the
You're
Princess
a dictator.
Bride,
I
you're going
love
to
you
jail.
for it, especially because you are very forgiving of the fact that I am an unabashed gatekeeper. Slam the gate shut.
What's it? Gatekeeping.
The Brood Squad is going to make sure everyone
Gatekeepers.
watches the Princess Bride. And if you watch the movie, you know what that meant. Yep.
Yes, the Brood Squad. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, am I in trouble if I don't actually own a copy?
Of what? The Princess Bride?
Yeah, I love it, and I've watched it a bunch, but I don't think I own it.
Oh, well,
I need to own it. I need to finally get it somewhere.
You gotta. It's.
I haven't
there's
watched it in
probably
a long time.
That's one that's not going to be tough to find. Yep. They're going to sell that movie forever. Yep.
Yeah.
But that's always on. Well, who knows? Yeah, you always say it's always on TV, but who knows now with streaming? But yeah, I own a few copies of that one. Yep, because you buy it on VHS, then you buy it on DVD, then you got to buy the Blu-ray, then you got to buy the 4K Ultra Blu-ray, then you got to buy the special edition. So, that's how it goes.
Yes. Well, there you go. I need to get it, but because you gotta. It's starting to look like they're going to be doing less and less DVDs and Blu-rays.
Yeah, they're on the way out. Unfortunately, I mean, the writing's on the wall. Yep, and then for everyone else, the studios, it's much better than each generation. You have to buy them streaming, right? You've got to. You don't own a copy. You've got to pay for the streaming service. So it's much better for YouTube if you watch the movies on YouTube and you rent them on YouTube, and then if you want to watch it again, you rent it again, I guess, right?
Yes, I think so. But I'd rather own it now and just have it there, just in case.
No, I'm a big proponent of owning, physical media, but it's I think I always talk about my kids. They don't own any movies, and they've never owned never owned a movie, and watch everything on their little dinky phones because they still have good eyes, the bastards. Just kidding. I'm teasing. Like they're watching. My son was watching, Game of Thrones on his phone. I'm like, give me that right now and put your TV on. This is back when Game of Thrones was good. I'm like, you're not watching it on your phone.
Well, a lot of people do, I guess, watch a lot of crap on their phone now, right?
Or their tablet, yeah. So it's
yeah. I mean, I can read comics that way because you can blow the panel up, but I can't watch something on there that much. I mean, listen, it's got to be slinging it to the TV.
Yeah, it does.
Even
my eyes are shut now too, so it does help. Yeah, I used to be able to read comics a lot faster, so it's a lot. It's a pain to then gotta put your glasses on to read. It's a minor problem, I know, but it's just but I think everyone is just streaming. The younger generation, they don't buy records, right? They sub to say YouTube Music or Spotify or something, and you get all the music that you want, right? I mean, you've got every album, every song, basically. The old days it was like I'm sounding like an old Get Off My Lawn, but if you like the band, you'd find like the import albums or the rare singles, or now you just go online and you've got everything. It's you don't have to, it was like a badge of honor, like if you've got like a special album or something, like, look what I got, and now you just go online, boom. And the artists are only making money from touring, so they're not making money from selling albums or CDs now. Even I got Adele's latest. Not that we're all that's not my kind of music, God bless her, but I think her sales were down 75% from the last album or something huge, just showing how the music industry doesn't sell records or CDs anymore.
Yep, nobody buys that anymore.
Well, they all want K-pop. And can I just say that I love that Stuart Mitchell has not seen The Princess Bride?
Yeah, I don't.
What?
Love
The
it.
Princess Bride did not have braces.
That's true.
Stuart, we need to watch this. Everyone loves it, but Stuart, Clobby doesn't even want to talk about it because Clobby is like I am, because we're Clobby and I are terrified of overhyping things for people. Like, you know, when somebody builds something up and then you watch it and then you're like, meh. So we just need to watch it so that people will stop teasing.
Do a watch party with Stuart. Do a watch party with Stuart. Watch it at the same time. Yep.
Yeah.
No, we should do one of those watch parties. Just us, not not stream it, but just hopefully you'll like the movie. Yeah, because that's true. You build something up and then like, what do you mean it's not that good? Yeah.
Clobby and I talk about that. We talked about that in the first year where we were friends. We used to talk about that all the time, off air. Just like we wanted people to be able to mint whether they liked something or not all on their own. Yep. We would try and find clever ways of encouraging people to watch it without pumping the tires too much, so that they would inevitably be disappointed because the hype was built up to maximum, right?
Speaking of maximum, Max, the thing is, I love the movie. I love it, but then I went and saw it in the theater when it first came out. I think something being overhyped can sometimes be psychological. If something that everyone just considers as the greatest thing ever, and you didn't intentionally avoid it, you just never got around to it or what have you, or just people talked about it and go, oh, well, that sounds good, I need to watch that one, and you just didn't, but whatever. And then people, obviously with goodwill and with good intentions, say, oh, you got to see this, so great.
Yeah.
And just on and on at you for years, or every time someone mentions it, that's happened to me, and I still ended up going, oh, wow, that really was good. I'm glad I watched it. But there have been times when I wondered, like I watched it and go, that was okay. I mean, I never like hated it, but I would go, it was all right, but I wasn't really super fond of it. Rarely did I like walk away hating something, but and then the other way around, by the way, too. If I heard something was the worst piece of trash ever, on and on and on, even though I wanted to see it, everyone said, "Oh, no, it's the worst." And then I'm watching, go, well, wasn't that bad? It was kind of okay. So I've decided I just don't want to be responsible for selling anyone, because I've had so many wise guys over the years when they said, do I watch this? Do I not watch this? Should I watch this? Should I watch that? And every time I've tried to weigh in on it and go, oh man, it was great, I really loved it, you should watch that, or vice versa. Not every time, but there have been plenty of times when people are like, yeah, that movie you liked, you said I should watch. Yeah, that movie you forced me to watch. You hold a gun in my head and told me to watch it. Well, it sucked. I'm sorry, it sucked.
I don't like Pulp Fiction. And
who
was it?
Same here.
Who was it that put it in the chat? But there was someone in the chat last week who would be welcome backstage with Clobby and I, because I think it was a man. It was a dude for sure, and he said, Raquel, don't let anyone overhype the movie for you, because I watched The Big Lebowski and I didn't get it, or something along those lines.
I could see that one. Yeah.
Whomever said that, you need to know, I hated The Big Lebowski. My husband loves it. I don't get it, and I find it annoying. And I do not like Pulp Fiction.
I never watched The Big Lebowski. But you picked on the perfect one, Raquel, because when the Pulp Fiction came out, hello there, Snail Messiah. Good to see you, my friend.
Hey, nice to see you. Snail. Merry Christmas, Snail Messiah.
When Pulp Fiction came out in 1994, I guess it was, I kept hearing everything about it. I didn't give a crap about Tarantino. All the hype. I was a contrarian. All the hype. I don't want to hear it. You got to go see it. It's the greatest thing ever. And I went like 6 months later when it stayed in the theater, it came back, whatever, right when it was nominated for all the Academy Awards and all that, what have you. And I go to see it, and it's not a movie I cared that much for. Now I have a specific, this is this is weird Clobby 101 when it comes to movies or television shows. If your film, even if I think it's clever, well written, put together, entertaining in a lot of ways or whatever, contains zero characters in it that I can't get behind, like, admire, root for, no matter how flawed or messed up they are. If I don't like any of them, or I don't sympathize with them, I don't really care about them, or if I think they're just absolutely loathsome, it damages the film, even if I think it's entertaining. There's nobody to really get behind in this movie that much. They're all scumbags. They're all garbage people.
Not even John McClane.
That doesn't make it a bad movie, mind you. It just makes it a movie that appeals to me a little bit less. If everybody's a scumbag in a movie,
what a beautiful way to say it. That's exactly how I feel. It just doesn't appeal to me. I don't think it's a particularly poorly made movie. It is what it is. I don't like any of the characters in it. I find them annoying, and I find it incredibly violent. And this is saying something because, my husband literally has the script memorized. It's that and what's the other one? The Western.
Tombstone.
Okay,
Love
so
it.
Tombstone and Pulp Fiction, fully memorized from beginning to end.
70s.
He loves these movies. And
love
hey,
Pulp
Kamloops!
Fiction.
Merry
70s.
Christmas, Kamloops!
Yes.
I love
Look,
Pulp Fiction.
look, Pulp Fiction is funny. It's entertaining. It's all those things. When I saw it, I'm like, I was expecting this to be the greatest thing ever. And I walked out and I was like, it wasn't even the best film I saw that year. Ed Wood was better, which I thought was better. It came out the same year as Ed Wood and Forrest Gump and a few other movies. And, I guess, I don't know if it won, but no, it didn't win Best Picture. Forrest Gump did. But I was just like, okay, it's funny. But after a while, after wallowing in all this human filth, which is all the people in this movie were irredeemable shitbags, I just didn't care that much about them. If I can't care about one character in a film and get behind them,
yeah.
Again, it could
Bruce
be very
Willis's
well made.
character wasn't a bad guy in that film, was he?
He was
the
a
one
bad
guy
guy. He was still a murderer.
He got double. I'm trying to remember. But
And he also, when he killed the guy in the ring, he didn't care. He had no remorse for it when he was asked.
Yeah.
Was like, again, I'm not saying he was a monster, but he was not. I mean, nobody was particularly good.
It's kind of it's a character study movie. It's but it was just so well. It's just that's not your thing. But
no,
God, when I saw it in the
me.
movie theater, people were standing up and applauding, and God, everyone loved it. And then I always tell this story too. My mom didn't go see it in the movie. She's like, "Well, why don't you and the missus come over and with Dad, and we could rent the movie. I hear it's really good, and why don't we watch it? And we'll get pizza." And I'm thinking, oh yeah, that's a good idea. And then I'm talking to Maureen. I'm like, oh crap, the GIMP scene. Nope. We're not watching that with Mom and Dad. So I'm like, no, Mom, why don't you? Maybe you want to watch a different movie with us,
It's just, like I said, it's just again. I'm just saying the hype didn't live up to the hype. That's all.
That's right.
And
well, for me, it did, but
the hype. If the hype hadn't happened, I might have. I don't think that would have affected me one way or the other. I would have been able to,
Agreed.
Make the separation. I just saying it when it wasn't.
Yeah,
a lot of people saying you got to go see this, and
I can see that.
I don't know. It just wasn't my bag. I mean,
but some of the characters get their just rewards in the end too, right? I mean, when you think about it. So
no, this is very, very intelligent conversation here. Wow, this I totally can get behind. Decepticon 77. I appreciate Pulp Fiction and other Tarantino movies for their art, but they're too mean-spirited and self-indulgent for me to revisit or to quote unquote love. What a perfect comment. Perfect.
Sean, that is me in a nutshell when it comes to films. If it has nothing, I mean, look, I love some dark films usually, but if there's nothing to get out of it that is in any way uplifting, and even in the smallest way, or something I can get behind, I can still think it's a really good movie or film or book or comic or whatever. But the things that appeal to me most are the ones that say something, and there I don't know. I guess I just don't like wallowing in the dark stuff too much.
Yep.
Some of it's great. This one, again, Tarantino's just. He's self-indulgent, like you said, and he just wallows in carnage. And again, I even like hyper-violent stuff sometimes. I love RoboCop, for example, but there's redemption in RoboCop. The RoboCop himself the Peter Weller character, Murphy, was a good guy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I guess I just grew up with this old-fashioned silliness in me that loves heroes. I love heroic
too.
fiction's my favorite kind of fiction. And so I guess that's kind of what it is. And if there's
Well-
no one to at least has a redemption story, or I don't know. I mean, you could say Samuel L. Jackson in Pulp Fiction, at least as a bad person though he is, at the end he is trying to change himself at the end. That's the closest you come to anywhere of someone who's maybe redeemable, but he was still a flat-out murderer.
Yeah, and in so doing, they sort of minimize the act of murder. You know, like everyone wanted me to read The Road, and people who are really close with me, they were like, "Don't read The Road. It's not good for you. You would not like that." And so I thought, one night when I saw it on the boob tube, I saw it was available through a streaming service, I think it was. I started watching it, and I got about 15 minutes into the movie, and I just thought, this is not, why do I want to write this on my mind's eye? Why do I want this inside of me for the rest of my life, floating around in my head? I just felt like it was poison. It felt like a terrible, terrible poison. And for me, if there's going to be evil in a movie, there has to be a highlight of redemption and goodness. It needs to be used as a way to show that goodness will overcome. And that's just who I am fundamentally as a person. I don't find it cerebral. I don't find it unique or intriguing to have just pure evil. Where there's absolutely no hope whatsoever. That's why I don't like those horror movies. I don't like the Hellbound Hellraiser movies and all that stuff. For me, storytelling, because I'm an author, for me, storytelling is about giving people access to a dialogue with me where I want them to know that hope will overcome, that there is bad stuff, and there has to be a lesson into how to overcome that bad stuff, or at least to persevere and to be better than that. And I think that that's the way darkness should be used in storytelling. But meditating on it and celebrating it, I just find it, I don't enjoy it, Clobby. I just don't enjoy it.
It's not my it's not my cup of tea. I can enjoy it. Take Kill Bill. That's a Tarantino film, especially the first one. She's kind of almost an irredeemable character in the film, but the movie still really it's extremely entertaining. But when you boil it all down, everybody's a piece of garbage in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I like it. It's fun, but it's unbelievably violent. I wouldn't recommend to anyone who doesn't like a lot of violence.
Mm-hmm.
But in the second movie is pretty interesting too. It's very different from the first part too. I mean, and I like those movies. I can say I like them at the same time. Like, there's nothing really all that uplifting about them. Just the end, everything is just people that, if everyone is just a loathsome creature in the film.
I know. I don't know. I just really like that. Love that movie though. It just is this character study and the dialogue and the Pulp Fiction. So I know, Sean. You know, I understand your points, but it's just
no. I hear you.
Yeah, there's no one to root for. You're right. I mean, other than Bruce Willis a little bit maybe, but it's just such a well done movie. The music.
No. I don't just like it. It is well done. Yeah.
No, it's well wrought.
It's the message, and maybe that's kind of like why you don't like Man of Steel, because it's not the right portrayal of Superman.
But that also trashes the character I love.
Trashes a character. There's no, like Turtles, you didn't have anyone to root for in the movie, right? So, I mean, maybe it's a simplistic, analogy, but there's one thing, like you're studying, like I took a film class in college, as an elective, and you're studying cinema and you're just analyzing a movie, and you can say, this was filmed beautifully, or this dialogue was great, but is it a movie you're going to root for? So like Chinatown is probably one of the first movies that had kind of like that anti-hero that before that Hollywood always had to have the good guy had to win, right? Yeah, it's a great movie, but do you want to root for the guys in Jack Nicholson
made by a scumbag?
Chinatown, Chinatown, right? I mean, so
Sherry is here, by the way.
Hey,
Hi,
beautiful.
Sherry.
Hey, Sherry, beautiful girl. Merry Christmas to you.
So that's it's all, and it's kind of like what you like. So I know Raquel doesn't like horror movies or violence too. So I mean,
I don't
hope
either.
you'd never, and you don't either. And I used to like them a lot more as a
Well, I like
younger
violence.
kid.
I just
don't
don't like
watch
horror
them.
movies.
Yeah, I used to watch them a lot more. But like Raquel never ever watched Reservoir Dogs. I mean, I hope you've never
Me
tried
either.
even to watch that. So I could tell, knowing you, I would say don't watch it. Plus, it'll ruin some good music for you too if you've seen it. Because whenever I hear that song that's in Reservoir Dogs, was it "Tears of a Clown" or it's just such a horrible scene that they have in that movie, and it's even more violent than Pulp Fiction, I think, in
Oh,
some
wow.
ways.
Hey,
So,
Hey,
communications
Jill.
officer just reported for duty. Anti-derivative Jill.
Anti-derivative
Welcome, you
Jill.
fabulous nerd.
Yeah, I just
Hi,
don't
Jill.
like. And she brings up nihilism. There's another thing. I can't. Some of my. You could go. Wait a minute. There's some things you love that are really dark. Yes, for example, Alan Moore's masterpiece Watchmen. But it's dark, but it has redeemable characters. It has good people in it and bad people in it.
Mhm.
It has hope. It has despair. For one of my all-time favorite movies in my top 10, maybe top 5, is the 1968 Planet of the Apes with Charlton Heston. I love it. That's as downbeat an ending as you can get, but they're still redeemable. There are good people in it and bad people in it, and there's wonderful concepts and a great story. So it's not like everything has to be Pollyannish. It's not like everything has to be Disney, and it's not like I love RoboCop. It's extraordinarily brutal and violent. None of that stuff bothers me. But most horror films, like you could chop one of my hands off, and I'll have plenty of fingers to count the horror films I love, and they're universal horror films about monsters. The slasher.
I love monster movies.
The slasher crap of the 80s, I hate. It makes me. It's just. I don't
Friday
know.
the 13th and the
I hate all that.
Jason
no,
movies.
even that Texas Chainsaw Massacre is based on a true story. Why do I want to watch that? That's based on a true story. Like, I'm with Clobby. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm just, the way he describes it, that's exactly how I feel. I'm not a Pollyanna either. And I like some pretty heavy diabolical stuff. One of my favorite movies is Dangerous Liaisons. In which it shows the pureness of evil that can exist in people. But I don't want to be told the story from that and make it immersive, and there's no escape from that. I definitely don't like nihilism, and I don't like nihilism when it has been married to extreme violence and gore. I can't do it.
Yeah, I'm the same way. And although there's some things that have a lot of gore and violence in them, that if there's some humor in it, again, I don't like it. I'm not going to be as fond of it, but I can at least, if they're bringing if there's some sick, twisted but fun humor in it, I can enjoy that sometimes. But that's comedy, not horror. For example, it almost seems like most of the modern horror things I like are heavily laced with comedy. Evil Dead is just disturbing. Evil Dead 2 is a cartoon, and I love it.
Yeah, the first Evil Dead movie is totally different.
They basically remade the first one compared to before not a budget, but compared to what they had before. And they just, for some reason, I don't know, Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell decided, let's just make it a cartoon. It's not scary. It's funny. It is laugh out loud funny. It's disturbing and yet funny. And Army of Darkness is a cartoon, even more so, and I love it. Because they're fun and they're funny, and he's a fun character. Yes, he's an a-hole, but he's funny. And again, that's another thing. If it may not have any great, wonderful, redeemable people in it, but if it's played for laughs and it's funny and imaginative, like those films, that I can like it for like those as well. I just don't like there's some very popular films that are just needlessly ugly and repugnant and nasty and just make you feel horrible when you watch them. Just not really my bag. And again, I can even respect some of them because a lot of people love some of that stuff. I don't understand, for example, when it comes to most modern horror films, how you like watching. Yes, I know it's fiction. I know it's made up, but still watching horrible things happen to people when pretty much at the end there'll be one person standing who got lucky, and everyone there's a bunch, and there's a big body count, and it's just, or even if that's the case,
Predator,
right? That's different. That's not a horror.
I know, but
I like the first Predator and even the second one, but after that, but yeah. So I don't know, just me. Just mean,
Yeah, I totally agree, and I agree with Snortopupis. I think that violence has to have a purpose. Otherwise, I just refuse to watch it, and it has to be something that is needed to tell the story, to create a response in you where you must understand the extreme level of horror. Like for me, the ultimate horror movie is Schindler's List. And watching it is incredibly difficult. And then we have some other comments, some really wonderful comments. Decepticon talking about growing up in the slasher era, and
yes,
he says,
I hate it.
it's strange how they had all this Freddy
Yep.
Krueger merch, and that might be a part of it, Decepticon. You know what I mean? I'm a half a century old, and I'm a part of Gen X, and yeah, so for me it was just kind of like, hey, this isn't smart, this isn't funny, this is really dumb, and it's really violent. And in the 70s, we had some really, really super violent movies that were just way too real. The horror movies were way too real.
Right.
And so for us, I
Taxi
think
Driver.
yeah, like I think Generation X had a quite a unique experience. So once again, our fabulous friend Decepticon has said something that resonates with me. I just absolutely love it.
What I love about his point is bringing up Freddy Krueger, for example. Is, see, I can't stand the Jasons and all these other ones, but Freddy Krueger, at least, and the movie is those movies. It's a really way out there concept, and there's cleverness to the. It's not really my bag, but he's funny though.
I was just going to say that. Yeah, I was just going to say there's at least there's
no
it's a
humor
slasher,
in the Jason crap.
Especially the first movie, there's more to it. And like I had a friend who was so terrified from it, one of my wife's friends, that she couldn't sleep. So we were flipping through the TV, cable back then, and Freddy's on. She's like, turn it off. And I thought, I was like, what are you, joking? She's like, no, I can't. And then I felt bad. It was like, I didn't mean to put it on, but like it actually really, after seeing it, she had literal problem sleeping, and there was, and then of course they got super ridiculous, and but the beginning there was, and that's Johnny Depp's first role, I think, too, right? Yeah.
Here's the key about all this, though. When you write a good character, I don't care if they're Freddy's a good character because he actually talks. There's an imagination to his concept. He's brilliantly played by Robert Englund. Those aren't really my bag of movies, but I've watched them and think they're okay. Whereas Jason's just a killing machine. He runs
just
around.
A slasher, yeah.
There's nothing to him.
And he's wearing Kirk's mask.
Yeah.
That's Michael Myers.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, is that a different one? I don't know.
Deal.
It's Halloween.
At least the original
Halloween?
Halloween, yep.
The original Halloween is more of a horror with some slasher stuff in it. The rest are just slasher things. But Michael Myers, there's easily some backstory to him, but he has no personality. Jason has no personality. All those slasher movies in the 80s those slashers have no personality, just running around cutting people up. Freddy talks. There's a backstory to him. He's funny. He says, and the concept of him being able to, kill people, and it kills you in your dreams. You're dead for real. And then people being able to fight back with their imagination in the dreamscape. That's a good concept. It's bloody, and it's brutal, and you shouldn't market it to kids. But I can see there's the appeal of the Freddy Krueger stuff as opposed to the mindless killing machines. There's just nothing to them, and just the dead teenager movies, as they used to call them.
Yeah, the poor girl that got turned into a cockroach. Oh, that always bothered me.
Right, but again, there's something at least imaginative about that when he's not just slashing people up with a hacksaw. Yeah. Remember the masterpiece Fright Night, which I love, from 1985, when the Peter Vincent, the great vampire killer, played by Roddy McDowall, who was the horror TV show host, and when he informs Charlie, I have just been fired because your generation doesn't want to see vampires or vampire killers anymore. All they want is demented madmen running around in ski masks, hacking up young virgins.
Yeah.
That's, and at that time, that was a great commentary on garbagey, trashy slasher 80s movies. I know some of my friends grew up liking that crap, and they look back on it and feel fondly on it. That's why we got Scream and all that spate of
the horror movies are really popular movies. Again right now. Yeah, what's
because
the one?
Because that generation is making movies now that grew up watching those garbage 80s slasher movies.
Saw kind of movies I can't watch.
Yeah, that to
The
me.
death,
That's
yeah.
so demented, Mark. I could never ever watch that. I could never ever watch that. And Chris Persia, I love you very much.
Dad man,
Hey, Deadman Clan.
good to see you,
Merry
buddy.
Christmas. This is the Christmas show.
And Dad Man just
Dad
watched the Star Wars holiday special, and he's here to get
Oh
his
my
brain.
goodness.
He made it through there. So the late great Carrie Fisher said whenever she wanted to clear her house out, she'd put the Star Wars holiday special on 11, and especially with the singing segments on that show. And the Boba Fett cartoon's okay. There's a couple, maybe like 2 minutes out of the whole show that are decent, but I remember watching as a kid, so excited. Mom, can I stay up late to watch the Star Wars holiday special? And I'm watching it and like, why is Art Carney on? What's going on? Why is there someone dancing here on the screen? Where's Luke Skywalker? What's happening here? I want my money back.
Got him.
Nuke him.
Nuked him. I nuke him as fast as I can, or someone does.
Max Redstone, I love you too very much. Merry Christmas, my wonderful friend. I enjoy your company immensely.
Is Max leaving?
No, he just said I love you, Raquel, and I just wanted to say I love you back. Yeah.
Yeah. We appreciate Max.
I also really I do have to clarify. I really, really enjoy Gothic horror. And I don't I think a lot of people don't understand what Gothic horror is, or they've never read Gothic horror. I've read Bram Stoker's Dracula. Oh, I can't even tell you how many times. Like, I have collector's edition copies of it. One time, one of my Vulcan ales exploded on my bookshelf and destroyed my cribbed copy of it. It had like all of my marginalia in it, and I actually cried. So if you've ever read real Gothic horror from that time, you get this feeling like that you get when you watch like A League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. There's like this steampunk mechanization, macabre, but it's a feeling, and then your imagination does the rest. There is always the threat of incredible violence, inconceivable violence, but the threat is there. It's left inside of your imagination, and you always seem on the cusp of it, but it doesn't happen. And if it does happen in Gothic horror, it's not explained. It's not expressed. The gore is not expressed. So it's not like I'm a Pollyanna where I'm terrified of violence either. It has to be a certain, the way Clobby explained it. I just wanted to clarify that I am over the moon for Gothic horror. Gothic horror is a genre I love very much.
Well, someone mentioned Deadpool. Those movies are hilarious, and they're really violent.
They are.
I think they're funny. I don't even like the comic character Deadpool, but I actually like those two movies. I think they're funny. They're just nuts.
Yeah.
And I don't mind them being hyper violent. And I think it's just because it's played for laughs, and you're not supposed to take it seriously. Obviously, you shouldn't show it to kids, but that kind of stuff, I could actually watch a Deadpool movie.
Yep.
Well,
and Hungry Boy says The Creeping Flesh is a British Gothic horror that is Edwardian sci-fi based, Raquel. Yeah, so now everybody's coming in and a Snortopupus is talking about steampunk and stuff. It is nice when instead of it all just happening and it's shocking and jarring at you, instead where you actually feel frightened. Instead of disgusted, and you actually have the atmosphere of being worried. And so that's like, for me, that's
Edgar
so
Allan
much more
Poe,
effective.
the writings of Edgar Allan Poe, obviously. Yep. Remember reading that as a kid the first time, and wow, those are so scary. But one show I really love, Friday the 13th, is a slasher flick, the anthology TV show. I love watching that every week with which demonic items they'd recover, and that kind of stuff. That was a fun show, and it didn't hurt that there wasn't like the was a gorgeous redhead on the show too. Yeah, it was a name only. Name only, but that was a fun show. So it's got its place, but certain movies they go. But if you like that stuff, hey, I mean, it sells, right? A lot of people
love the horror film's fine. I mean, it's just that's your bag.
But I used to find myself watching a lot more as a kid. I don't know if I'm getting more squeamish or soft as I get old, but as a kid, it didn't. Some of the mindless stuff too, like like you said, it's got to have a good plot or something to it that makes sense, or not just like a slasher. Hey, you gotta with anything, you've got to have a good writing, compelling story, and if you don't have a good villain in the movie, or what are you rooting for, the villain, or it's
Yeah, now you're starting
that's
to
the problem.
really get to the heart of how I feel about it, Mark. I just absolutely love your comments. Glinzer's here. Merry Christmas, Glinzer. This is our Merry Christmas broadcast, so welcome. And the Comic Relief Crusader is saying, good night, all. Please pray for my family. We're going through a hard time now.
Oh no.
Comic Relief Crusader, I don't know what is going on with your family right now, but I will say this: you have all of our support in this community, and certainly I am sending all of my goodwill and positive thoughts and vibes your way. And if you are a part of this community and you pray, would you please extend your prayers to the Comic Relief Crusader and his family? And good night, Comic Relief Crusader. Thank you so much for adding to this broadcast and to this community. And have a very Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year, my friend.
Absolutely.
Take care, Comic Crusader. Yep.
Absolutely. Excuse me. Sorry.
Well, why don't we talk about some fun Christmas stuff? I guess
This is beautiful. What is
Yeah.
this? This is gorgeous.
Superboy's helping Santa deliver presents, it looks like.
Well, this is gorgeous art.
Yep, classic. Is that 50s or?
I'm not sure.
Clobberin times will know, not me, but yeah, looks quite old. Yep, that's good.
It's
Good
quite
stuff. Yep.
Oh, and there you go, Comic Relief Crusader. You have some prayers rolling in and just some good feelings coming from everyone. Yeah, I'm very sorry that you're going through a tough time. I don't know what it is, but I feel terrible for you, and it couldn't come at a worse time. It's Christmas, and so I'm terribly sorry.
Yes,
Yep.
indeed. So sorry about that, buddy. Just best to you and yours, sir. Best to you and yours. Can you see that? I can't even tell if you can see it because
It's
yep,
gorgeous.
We can see it. Yep. Nice.
But this is just random comic book images of Christmas. We could have talked about anything. I just thought we just gotta show a little bit of that. Merry Christmas, Big Apple.
Yeah,
that one's appropriate for the weekend. This big Spider-Man weekend.
That was the rumor that Spider-Man was going to be in Hawkeye last night. The maybe like swinging through, or it didn't happen. But oh my God, what a ridiculous episode! You didn't watch it, did you, Mike?
Oh, I watched it. All right.
How stupid was that? I mean, how ridiculous was that? I mean, and I kind of like Haley Steinfeld as an actress. And
I like her, but Jesus, we don't want that. That's not Christmassy. It was,
but they had. I'm in the New York area, so they've got a big battle. Of course, it's not spoilery, but there's a big, it's a big battle in the end. Of course, the heroes are gonna have a big showdown. So they're in the fighting near the Rockefeller, the Rockefeller Center. Christmas tree is right there, and there's no cops to be seen. It's like there's this big fight going on for like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
whatever you think of the fight, and they're like they've got these LARPers. God bless LARPers.
Right,
no offense to LARPers. Yep.
There
you fight before Christmas. Right. There's a tree, right? And they're like there's no cops around to help anyone. There's like a threat in the building, and there's shots fired. It's like, have you ever been there? There's like cops lining the street, and then they've got the mafia guys with their trucks, like dropping everyone in, like right next to the Rockefeller Christmas tree. It's like it's all cordoned off. They've got those Jersey barriers everywhere. You ain't getting a truck anywhere near Rockefeller Center, especially not to drop off your mafia guys. What else happened? Oh, Hawkeye gets he falls off a building. It was a cool.
Are we reviewing this now?
Well, sorry, I got a vent. And he flies off the building. Well, you saw how bad it was, right? He flies off the building, and he's stuck in the Christmas tree. So you got an Avenger
that was so stupid,
fighting aliens who jumps off buildings. Just a string and a rope, right? And his bow and arrow.
He had to be rescued by a girl, of course.
Yeah, and he's stuck in the tree, and he's like, like Hawkeye could get out of a freaking Christmas tree. It was like what, he was webbed in there.
It was so.
So dumb.
What they did with Kingpin, don't get me started on it.
Does Kingpin have superpowers?
he can fight Spider-Man or Daredevil. No, he doesn't have superpowers, but
Can he get hit by a vehicle and survive?
Yeah, I mean,
and shot.
Yeah, shot. I don't know about. We don't know.
Shot, stabbed, run over.
Yeah, I was like, what the heck is going on with Kingpin? I mean, yeah, he was always a really strong guy, but
well, she can't. Certainly, she shouldn't have a chance against him.
No,
Spider-Man has trouble with him. He was a Spider-Man villain before he became a Daredevil villain.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
See, even Robin can handle a tree, but Hawkeye can't.
Yeah. Call OSHA on Batman.
That's gorgeous art.
Yeah, that's cool.
Dick Sprang.
Number 33.
That works for me.
That's old.
I mean, some parts of the Hawkeye show I liked, you know, I kind of like her character, and she, you know.
Why do you watch that crap? Like, why do you?
My son
I watched it too. We both watch it. But...
Yeah. Somebody asked me. A mutual streamer who's a friend, who I love. He's a very nice man. He was like, "Hey, do you feel like doing a show on Hawkeye?" I'm like, "I don't watch that crap."
crap. But it was like it's a fun thing with my son. He knows I love all the, you know, Marvel and comics. It's like, Dad, do you want to watch Hawkeye with me? And we're gonna watch it, and hope for that's gonna be good. But it was just that last episode. I mean, it had a couple of fun things in it, but it's like Hawkeye's gonna call on some LARPers. No offense, LARPers, but it's like he's an Avenger who saved the planet. He doesn't have any buddies he can call. I mean, that's always the trope in these movies where there's no other heroes around. So, but at least he could call, someone other than some people he met in the park with foam swords. I mean,
yeah. Hungry Boy, 100%, 100%, absolutely. Because as a nerd, I used to turn my nose up to comics. I thought comics were for children. I thought that the entire community was just ridiculous it is. Turning this into like some type of a cult experience, like it was a religion. And I was so sure of that. I had, as especially somebody who took communications and technology, I have a degree in writing, so I thought I was pretty secure in my snobbiness. And then I met Clobby, and then he showed me Gold Key Star Trek comics, and I was like, "What the heck is this?"
Mikkel was in love.
And no, it was more than that, because I kind of thought, oh, okay, well, I bet you they suck. And and some of them do suck. But the thing is that he opened up a world to me where I began to understand it as a publishing form, as a storytelling form. And especially when he taught me about how some of the Gold Keys had oil paintings as their covers. And just the way that you could explore the different stories and how you could, if you didn't, like at the end of TOS, we're like waiting for something to happen at the end of TOS, and how that filled the void, and so on and so forth. And all of a sudden I began to build my appreciation for geek culture. I thought, okay, well, these geeks, they kind of know what they're talking about. These people are smart. And I've always appreciated, don't get me wrong, I've always appreciated the geek encyclopedia-like knowledge of film and TV. But comics, I'm just learning about comics, and I have a newfound love for comics. But unfortunately, I've been taught by the best, and his name is Mike Alonso.
I don't know.
And so I am a terrible, terrible comic snob now. And it's worse because I know this guy named Mark, and he's made it worse. And then I met this other guy. His name is Hungry Boy, and he totally made it worse.
He's a straight up guy right there.
Yeah. So Decepticon, Phantom Outsider, Mark D with a C, Hungry Boy, all of these people helped to coax the snobbery in me. And now I do love those they're called Golden Age comics.
Well, some of the ones they're golden. And so, for example, this one you're looking at right here. Oops. God. Let me fit it back up there. All right, sorry.
It's okay, babe.
It's not okay. It's dumb. I'm an idiot.
Personal confuser.
All right, how about that? Is it back? All right.
That's back.
Is it
Yep.
back? This
There
would
we
be
go.
a golden age comet. You have golden, silver, bronze, copper, garb, as in garbage. The first golden is a little over 50, like 15 to 18 years. Silver is about 15-ish years, and bronze is about 15-ish years. Then after 1986, it becomes copper. Then around 2000, it's the garbage. Well, I'll be fair. It's the
Tinfoil
whatever.
age.
The tin age. Then after that, from after 2011 is officially the garb age.
Garbage.
Yeah. So anyway, but no, he said that golden age because I was sold some golden age comics there. But yes, I'm actually a bronze age baby. I was born in the silver age, but when I was old enough to start buying comics, it become the bronze age. That's why I set that thing 50 years for my spinner rack time machine, which is very late this week. And you know, because that was around the year when I was a kid started. And I just love the bronze. I mean, there was you can definitely make a case for better comics in the silver in some ways, but the bronze age was truly a renaissance, especially when we got into the comic shop age of the 80s. Well, I know there were comic shops before that, before anyone says anything. You know what I mean? Like when they were my comic
took
shop
off.
age.
Yep.
When you taught me about like the original comics before they were even comics, before they were even called comics.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then Hungry Boy came in to give a fine art lesson. I think they were from the 1920s, 1930s era, and the artwork was just unbelievable. It was just unbelievable. I enjoyed it immensely.
Oh, I love it. That was Winsor McKay. We were talking about his. I mean, he made my Hall of Fame a couple of weeks ago. In the third tier there. So, but this just random stuff here. You know, like Spidey,
go back.
Christmas with the superheroes. Yeah,
that's beautiful.
I just love. I mean, this is my heart right here. Old comics. You know, Loki and I did a show the other night where we were celebrating some great comics. I mean, cartoon animation of superheroes. And it was, and so then we did this little slideshow. I just love this stuff.
Gorgeous.
I just love that's of course bronze age, my bronze age. And then we're back to golden again.
This is beautiful. This is gorgeous. What I'm seeing here, this is beautiful. So what year is this from?
Oh hell, this is the 40s here. This is the
okay, so this totally works
for early 40s. Early 40s. See, comics actually were intended for kids, and that's okay. It's an art form that was later used for other things. Combining words and pictures to tell great stories doesn't have to be for kids. It's just that you shouldn't take it away from kids either, like the modern industry has done. Because most people, who are comics fans, started as kids. Not all, but most have. I can't, like, every now and then I've once or twice or a few times I've met a person that said, I never read comics. And some friend of mine in college told me about some great comic and I read it, and man, I just became a big fan. I'm like, wow, that happens, right? Especially in the 80s and 90s when there was stuff that college and older adults could really, really, get into. But it is kind of a rare thing. Usually someone who's a huge comics fan started as a kid, a very young child. It's not unheard of the other way, but
like the Dark Knight was so popular, and people in college, I saw them reading. I'm like, people are actually have a comic book, and then I don't know how much that translated into people, getting back into comics, but I'm sure quite a few. Some people did, I'm sure. And the Watchmen,
in '86, it was huge.
Yeah,
you're right. See, this is when comics had one job: to be fun.
This works
for me.
Is
that the 70s or 60s or
Neil Adams? This was actually a Christmas album with a Neil Adams cover from the 70s.
70s, okay.
Peter Pan Records, see?
Oh, there you go. Yep. Great one.
I thought we'd do a scary one, though.
There you go.
DC could be sickos, couldn't they?
Yeah.
Batman
Messiah was actually talking about that a little bit earlier. He was talking about how dark comics don't appeal to him, like the dark storylines and the sort of brooding storylines. They don't appeal to Snail Messiah.
Yes,
he's also threatened that if anyone here has an escargot fork or garlic, he's threatening gout. Just so you know, he's now threatening gout.
And you don't want gout. That's painful.
You don't want that.
I do not want gout.
I have that.
Yeah, so stick to lobsters then.
We have a limerick. We have a limerick from the great Matt Smith.
There we go.
Limerick. Thank you. Here we go. I saw Spider-Man and it was a sparkler. I am happy it did not get darker. You should not refuse because you can't lose. The last line has a spoiler, so I redacted it with a marker. And I bet it, whoa, that's just, you're the man. I mean, we love your limericks, dude.
Thank you, Max.
Incredible stuff.
Well, that's a very pretty Wonder Woman.
Where am I? Where? I can't find my,
Your arrows?
I got it. Damn it. Yeah, Batman's
There,
a party
arrows
pooper.
back, yep.
And Superman's hanging out with Santa Claus, finding the
That's
toy
beautiful
man.
artwork.
I always loved this Garcia Lopez cover. I bought this when it first came out on the
That's
stand.
gorgeous.
So I am. Yeah, it's got some Legion in it. Yeah, see some Legion and some Batman and some Jonah Hex. So you gotta
Okay.
love that. I have this. Still have. I got
It's a
that.
classic.
Yeah. Digest.
Beauty.
You know how tiny that is?
Yes.
We go little. That's a tiny. The digest books are tiny.
Yeah,
I
they're
think that's why
minuscule,
these
yeah.
appeal to me. As you know, I'm growing up in a band on the road. I was in a lot of 5 and dimes because that's what you did when you got up the following morning and the gig was done, and then you could drive home or drive to the next gig. And when you're in the 5 and dime, you see those little digests, you see those old comics. And so now that I've learned so much about the publishing and the trade and the craft of them, certainly I think that's why the older images appeal to me. It's not only the look of them, but the nostalgia for myself. So I remember the little digests.
I still have all my DC digests, and there were a good bit of them. Oh, and I have like maybe 90-something% of the ones they made. But
everybody in the chat, do not click on that link. Somebody nuke that person.
And they are. Oh, tried to.
Do not click on that link.
Chris got them. Yep.
Yeah.
That
thanks.
That will
Thanks,
take
Chris.
you to a
Chris.
bad place. Yeah, and harm
Thanks,
your
Chris.
computer. You don't want to touch that.
This is a dark one, but I just love Daredevil Born Again. That's yeah. So it's still Christmassy. See, we can do dark stuff sometimes. Christmas could have darkness.
Mhm.
This is really dark. Doctor Doom at Christmas, and what a hilarious Doctor Doom Christmas story. And what the I'm gonna pull this out and read it.
There.
This is a hilarious story in a comic called "What the Doctor Doom versus Santa Claus." It was kind of funny.
Thank you,
There's
Chris. I appreciate it, sweetheart. Thank
Thanks,
you so
Chris.
much.
There's my FF.
That's quite nice.
Is that who? Which that's a kind of a new one, right? That's a newer one.
No, not that. I think from that stupid Hickman run or something.
That's Hickman, though.
Eminem or somebody, Eminem or whatever.
Well, how old is Hickman now?
I don't know. Fuck him.
Is that
I'm
10
sorry.
years, 12 years?
Dude, why'd you make me cuss?
Well, you're showing the picture from the comic, so
You made me cuss. You did not make me cuss.
no call for you.
This
That's
one
okay.
might get limited.
I want this.
This is nice. Oh, that's
Well, I got
awesome.
one limited the other night, and I
I
don't
love
think we
that.
said a word. So I'd wear this. That's why I found that
That's
picture.
awesome.
What? Really?
Well, it wouldn't fit me. Don't worry. But I mean, I would.
That's awesome.
Even though it uses some
It's got some Funko Pops.
AirSats art looking on it, but
Yeah, it's got Funko Pops.
I got those pops.
you got this, Mark. You have this issue.
Face the Menace of Doom. I have to have that. Yep.
You do have it. I don't even
361,
I'm going to accept a maybe. I know your collection.
Now, do you see
Falco's
what I
Deli.
mean, Dad Man? This
Yes.
is exactly what I'm talking about. When you don't know anything about this industry and you don't know anything about its craft and its publishing, and you see the new stuff, Dad Man, isn't it terrible?
Well,
And then you get in with the guys who know what they're talking about, and you dial it back to the beginning, and you're like, wow, this is an art form. This is beautiful. This is wonderful. I totally agree with you, Dad Man.
It wasn't so much the art on this one. I just love that Johnny gave Franklin a Spider-Man dartboard.
Yeah, and look at Sue's mug. World's
There's Impossible
greatest
Man's there.
Cosmic Mom. Yeah, Impossible Man is
Impossible Man's in the background. Ben's got a Santa suit. That's what we love. So a lot of people will tell you they love the FF because they're family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even I put a
that'd
little
be
burn.
such a great power to have.
This burn art is dedicated to the great Mark C. Everyone, we love him.
Yep.
Our dear departed buddy.
That is a very clever use of panels. And exemplifies what you and Mark were teaching me about how you can shift storytelling almost like filmmaking if you're clever with the panels.
Yeah. No, you don't want to get me started on that stupid
Yeah, I saw that new logo.
Punisher logo. We won't go there. But
As I said,
Oliver.
It's problematic now, the logo.
It's terrible.
Logo.
Oliver, I'm with you. Oh, God, that was too small. Damn it. I should have got it. Couldn't find it better. Yep. You might have noticed some of us like the FF around here.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah. And I love it when there's no Valeria in there. I can't stand Valeria.
Who would throw a snowball at the thing?
The Yancey Street
the Yancey
gang.
Street gang.
See the word Yancey Street up there?
Uh-huh.
That's where he grew up on Yancey Street, and the FF comic, a running thing is that there's this gang that you never see them, and they love torturing the thing and trolling him and throwing stuff at him and pranking him and
Practical jokes. Yep.
Yes,
Okay.
they were the Yancey
That's
Streeters.
why our mutual friend who has completely redone his basement as Yancey Street. That's why I see Yancey Street.
Oh yeah. L is amazing.
Elle is a genius. Elle is a brilliant person. His mind is a marvel, and I love that he follows me on Twitter, and I love following him. Elle is a remarkable person,
and he's got more things than both of us combined.
A lot of things going on. This is a throwback cover to the old Golden Age, even though it's modern. And I kind of like this is Harley. I don't like Harley much, but I can stand her on this. So I got that one for Loki the other night because he's a Harley
That's
fan.
cute. Yeah.
You have this issue.
I've got
You can't even dispute
378. I mean, I think like I'll check, but unless
you don't even have to check.
I don't even have to check, even if it was a few of them I missed. Lost in the mail. That kind of stuff. Yeah.
Well, sure. But I'm sure you have confidence. I always love this Jonah Hex cover. I love Jonah Hex, and what a comic, especially Fleischer, this era right here. Hated what they did to him later, but yeah. You go spread some holiday cheer amongst the kiddies, or there'll be another dead Santa around here.
Yes, Dagman, I can definitely tell you that Hungry Boy will be happy to hear that. As you probably know, Hungry Boy is a professional comic book artist. Obviously, he has to appear here anonymously for obvious reasons, but I'm sure he'll be thrilled to hear that. And I believe Steve Mitchum is also an artist, a professional artist, is he not?
He is an artist for sure, and he's an
animator.
Yeah.
Yep,
and
animator. Yep.
Yeah, I don't like Harley Quinn anymore either, but I've liked her on the cartoon for a little while. She is so old. You talk about an overrated character and just a ruined character. And I'm with you, Steve.
I was never interested in Harley Quinn to begin with. That's more of the crap that I won't watch.
Now, Margot Robbie is fantastic, though. Oh, man. I love this. There's an old Golden.
Hey, that's good. That what you see there, that's some goodness right there.
Yep.
Classic. The Lone Ranger.
I've always loved the Lone Ranger. Jesus, greetings, Marvel.
Yep.
These old Marvel greeting cards from the 70s.
Classic.
Love them. Let's see here. And look, the Fantastic Car is now
Wonder Man.
Santa's sleigh.
I never liked that Wonder Man outfit though.
Me either. I like his other one. I like his green one.
Yeah,
where's the Wonder Man art?
He's the guy in the red coat standing up.
Okay.
Like a army field jacket, just colored red, basically.
I like
so
his
he's
green costume.
Supposed to be Wonder Man, as in Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
No, he was Marvel.
Yeah.
In the early '60s. Created a character, since Wonder Woman, was a fairly known character. They decided, well, we could take Wonder Man. Then they could never do that over there at DC. And I'm kind of half kidding that's why they really created him. But they put it, this character who was, he started out as a villain, died, came back. It's a long, convoluted story, but he was one of my favorite Avengers for a while. And I got used to this outfit, but I like his original costume. I think that's what Mark's talking about.
Yeah, and he was always entangled with Wanda.
Yes, although she was married to the Vision.
Vision, yeah, but there was a love triangle there.
Yeah. I like Simon Williams though.
But she's married.
And then actually, Vision has Wonder Man's engrams implanted on his mind. So,
well, that's later retcon stuff. Originally, he was supposed to be the original android Human Torch.
Yeah.
So this is definitely male soap opera for sure.
all comics were soap operas back then. I mean, well, they
Yeah.
still are. But, yeah. They get bogged down in that stuff. A Christmas Carol by Marvel.
Ooh, A Christmas Carol.
Marvel did these classics. There was, of course, in the 50s and 60s, Dell did a lot of classic comics, comics that were adapting all kinds of literary classics. And then eventually Dell stopped doing it. And then for a short time in the 70s, Marvel did it, adapting various classic. They didn't do it for long, but then various classic literature into
Nice.
comic book form.
Very good play as well. It's a wonderful stage
Indeed.
play.
This art sucks right here, to be honest. But it could never be. I mean, carolers of Cap and Spidey and Hulk, though.
Imagine if they showed up at your door.
Indeed. Wolverine.
You're making too much noise, Wolverine. Go home.
He looks annoyed. Howard looks weird. This is
Howard the Duck.
Howard the Cluck. His movie really sucks. That's a wreath I would put up.
Oh, that's a nice one.
I want that. This was weird.
One year I made a wreath of Khan and I put it up at the back door.
Wreath of Khan.
Nice.
Yes, I did. I made a wreath of Khan.
Awesome.
I'd love to see that.
I think I have photographs of it. And then I took all of the little Khans that I put up on the wreath. I took them down and I put them in an envelope to keep them.
Nice.
But I did do an entire wreath of Khan.
Nice. Well,
Because I'm a weirdo. Have you ever seen my?
I
love it.
Did it get its
Have you ever
revenge?
seen my homemade ornaments?
No.
Oh my goodness. So I made some homemade ornaments and I went to Michael's and I bought the clear glass ornaments, and they have the filament in the top of them that you can attach a string to attach them to the tree, right?
Okay.
So I went and I found the little pom-poms that you use for different craft making. And I searched and searched around for some that were brown, dark brown and light brown and white. And yeah, the brown ones were difficult to find. So I stuffed them inside. And then I took beautiful pictures from the Trouble with Tribbles episode, and I printed them off, laminated them, and then used tweezers to insert them inside of the ornaments. So I have an entire ornament set that is of the TOS crew inside of these ornaments where they're floating in what looks like from far away tribbles.
And there was no tribble at all to make?
They were no tribble at all to make.
Male gaze stuff, folks. There you go.
That's awesome, Raquel. I love that.
I think I have some pictures of it on Twitter.
You got to tweet some of those out for the holidays, yeah.
I will. I'll show you them.
Absolutely.
But yeah, they're they're a big hit, and they come out every year. So there used to be, but no longer is because it's just too harsh in the weather. The Wreath of Khan, and then the entire TOS crew from the Trouble with Tribbles.
Nice.
I
made it for Nick's show last night. I made a Die Hard ornament with John McClane in the air duct climbing through. So a funny Joe Christmas ornament.
Nice.
Oh, Jill, I can totally show you how to make them, and they're really cheap to make too. And afterwards, I went to the dollar store here in Canada. I don't know if you have a dollar store in the United States. I know that you have many dollar stores, but that's the name of it, dollar store. It's not like Buck or Two or whatever. It's called the dollar store here. Yeah. And I found those same glass ornaments for I think $2 or $3 each instead of like $6 or $7 at Michael's the craft store. So, but I can definitely show you how to make them, Jill, if you want to make them. Oh, Chris Persia's leaving.
Chris Persia, brother, thank you for being here. I hope we see you before, but if we don't see you before, Merry Christmas to you and yours, my good friend. And we appreciate all you do here at Clobberin Times. We love you, brother. Thank you.
Thank you for everything over the year. And I just enjoy your friendship so much. I've enjoyed meeting you and just being in your company. Love you very much, Chris. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas with your family. And thank you for everything you do for us.
Indeed, indeed. What the? Oops, sorry. Messed up. Oh my goodness. Spidey with a hat. There you go. Spidey's in the spirit of it.
Let me see. I'm gonna look on my computer here and see if I have some of those photographs. So I
Go
don't
for
have
it.
to take more photographs, but I'm pretty sure I have them somewhere. At least I hope I do.
Go for it. I always love this one for some reason.
Because it's beautiful.
Eric K for $5. Thank you so much, my friend. I really do appreciate you.
Love this.
I'm not saying Chris Persia is Santa, but I have never seen them together. I'm just saying.
I love you, Eric.
It's funny you mentioned that, Eric, because did you see what Chris Persia gave me? Chris Persia gave me this in honor of you. You are the bronze rinser, sir.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I wish he used that as his avatar because that's how we all think of you. And Steve
Mitchum's running
Mitchum,
out.
yeah, he's got to leave. He says, the old man is getting tired. Maddie woke up at 5 this morning. So good night, everyone. Maddie says, Opal.
What? Oh, do you send more?
Kabobel. Merry Christmas to all and to all a good night.
Indeed. Merry Christmas, brother. Love you, man. You take care and love to Maddie.
Merry Christmas, and please kiss her whole sweet little face. She's such a gorgeous little girl. Merry Christmas to you, Steve.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. Indeedishness.
I love this picture.
I love this Neil Adams, Dick Giordano classic here.
Bet you Kal-El loves it too.
I bet he does. Got a lot of Superman in this one.
That's a classic.
I always love this one here.
Superman.
This Alex Ross. I've always loved this from. Anyone ever read Superman Peace on Earth? Wow. And you gotta, if you haven't, I think anyway. This is some beautiful art from that. And it is mostly painted. Could you call it a comic? I always say it's more of like an illustrated story, but still, that's most of what Ross does. He paints, but it's amazing stuff. Yeah, he's just incredible.
Gorgeous.
Yes, indeed. That's the real deal suits right there.
That's nice. That's really special.
Yep. Well, love me some soups.
I have to see if I have those pictures for Jill.
I am the Tick. Superheroes coming through the wreath right there.
Let's check this flash drive for Jill and see if I've got those pictures up.
There's some Wonder Woman, folks. There had to be some.
Ooh, that's a very old Wonder Woman.
That is indeed old.
She looks beautiful. I love her boots.
Early 40s. There's some X-Men, folks. And yes, finally, it's still a Christmas cover. It's a spooky one. This is when I think Byrne's last issue of X-Men, or one of his last issues. Maybe his last one, because it was right after Days of Future Past, I believe. So yeah, so there you go, folks. There we go. JT Kirk, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it, my friend. $5 super chat. You were too kind. He wrote, I broke the Prime Directive 12 times, but I also read the U.S. Constitution to 5 civilians. Can I still be on the good list, Clobby Claus? You're on it, brother, forever. You are on the good list, buddy. Thank you so much, man. You've been just a fantastic friend of this show, JT.
Oh, yeah.
And we really appreciate you, not just on Saturday Night Star Trek, but whenever you're here. But that, of course, Saturday Night Star Trek, so many of you make that such a wonderful time for Raquel and myself. And we just really, really just have such, it's just amazing. Have such a great time every time. And I don't know where Mark went. Mark will be back though. He'll be back. So.
Yes, he will. He will. And I'm going to stop looking for those photographs. I will get them for you, though, Jill. I don't want to make the broadcast boring, so I'm going to stop looking for them because I'm too quiet.
That's good. No, go for it. What are you doing then? I got something I can do while we're waiting for you, Mark, to come back, and you, if you want.
But hysterical, and I can't wait to show them to you. And you know, the great thing is, Jill, is you can get the kids, give them a little pile of I make sure that I make the tribbles different colors, so I do a nice mix of different colors of brown and white, and you can get the kids to put them into the ornament before you insert the little avatar of each crew member. So just great fun. And they're I have photographs of them on my Twitter, but I will dig them out so you don't have to go looking around for them.
Well, just a little bit. What are you looking at them now? You looking for them now? Go ahead. I'll do something real quick.
Yeah, you go ahead, Clobby.
Basically, in a little bit, we'll talk something about what any of you were watching with regards to Christmas. But a recap of Monday night really quickly. Loki and I talked about these extraordinary animated pieces, and again, that was Christmas with the Joker. This is some anime because we were just showing stuff from comics. Great animation if you want to watch with superheroes. There's not a lot of it. Not like all those comics over the years celebrating Christmas. Not a lot of it. But let's see here. You got Christmas with the Joker from Batman the Animated Series. And let me get to...
That was a great show you did, yep.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
I'm back, yep. Sorry, my headphones weren't reconnecting the Bluetooth, so I had to go old school with the wire. Always be prepared, yep.
Well, thanks, man. Appreciate it. There, Kate says $2. Love Christmas time with Raquel and around. Well, with Raquel around, well, we love Raquel here no matter what, all times, but especially, yes, we love having you here for Christmas. Absolutely.
Oh, I love you so much, Eric.
Then there was Batman Brave and the Bold, Invasion of the Secret Santas. I recommend that too. It's a lot of fun, a fun episode. I love that show. It's nowhere near the greatest episode of that show, but it was fun Christmas stuff. One I cannot recommend enough, and I would recommend this to normies or people who don't even really know or aren't really hardcore in the comics so much, but at least like animation a little bit, and they don't mind superheroes or they like them okay. Comfort and Joy. The Justice League cartoon. I watch it every year for Christmas. I watched it the other day so we can talk about it again, but I watch it a lot of times. Sometimes throughout the year, I just watch it. And I'll probably watch it again before Christmas. I mean, I cannot say the way this episode of Justice League makes me feel. It's truly wonderful. So many wonderful bits to it. It's just three different stories. All are great, especially for me, especially the one with Superman and Martian Manhunter and the Kents and Flash and Ultra Humanite. But I do love the one where basically, Green Lantern and Hawk Girl go to the Star Wars cantina, basically. And this is just a beautiful story. It is just, multi-stories. It really just, the feelings of this one, good God, I love it so much. And if you ever get a chance to find Justice League action, this cartoon, I actually like this cartoon. They're little shorts. They're 20-something of them are like 3-minute shorts, and then the rest are like 10-minute shorts. And this was a 10-minute short called Party Animal. Paul Dini, who wrote the previous two things I just talked about, no, 3 of them actually. He wrote all these, almost everything we're talking about with this animation here. Wrote this one, and it's a lot of fun.
That one is fun. Yeah, just watch
that. This one?
Yeah, just watch it the other night again. Yeah, Flash brings Batman because the chick on this one
wants him there.
Green Arrow is like trying to impress Batman or wants to be friends with him outside the Justice League. So
yes,
he goes and Flash grabs him out of the Batcave and wraps him up and drops him off to the party
at super speed. But to hear Kevin Conroy of all people doing that Batman voice, just put me down. Yeah. It was fantastic, and it was just goofy, silly fun. It was kind of fun what they did with Grundy.
Yeah, that was cute.
Yeah. I like the show. Have you ever seen any of these other ones? They got a lot of good episodes of Justice League action. The only thing they got wrong on the show was the big 3 costumes. Superman's costumes wrong because this was done during a certain time that I won't go into. Batman's costume is wrong, and Wonder Woman's costume is wrong. But everyone else looks perfect.
Yep.
And it's a fun show. It's short stuff. They got humor ones, and humorous ones and stuff like that. Then, of course, there was Batman, the animated series Holiday Nights, which I don't know if you've seen this one. This was based on a comic, actually.
I mean, I've watched every episode of that show. I'm just trying to remember what happened in that one.
It was in the fourth season or third season. What do they call it?
I mean, that show got so popular that actually they put it on primetime on Fox for a while on Sunday night.
Yeah. Oh, they really did. It was great. And you can tell because this was on prime time. They got the Joker kills people in this one. He couldn't be shown killing people in the other ones. It was brutal, but yeah. So anyway, fun stuff.
Good stuff. Yep. Well, I got a few ornaments I can show if anyone wants to see those. Yep. So we've got, of course, I've got this is the I got this at Comic-Con in 2019. So this is the ISS Enterprise.
Hang on a sec. Oh, is it the ISS Enterprise?
ISS Enterprise, yep.
He's talking from Mirror. Oh, my. We got to make sure you can't just do that with Raquel not here.
She's not here.
Yeah, she had
I'll
to
show it to her again.
When she comes back, you got to show it to her.
Yep. I don't know how well you can hear it, but it's just a great. And that quote is probably one of the greatest quotes in Star Trek. Yep. So.
It's got the nipples on the nacelles.
Yep. So this.
In every revolution, there's one man with a revolution. Be the captain of this enterprise, Mr. Spock. Defend the Falcons. Find a logical reason to spare them and make it stick. You can defend yourself better than any man in the fleet.
That's just fantastic.
Cabin, there's a device that will make you invincible. Indeed. Sorry.
No, that's all good.
Get carried away with it.
No. But I love the details on this. It's really nice details on the ornament. So
we all love it. Hungry Boy, we all love Mark Show and Tell.
Thank you. Yep. So I love, the old school Hallmark ornaments would hook up to the tree. So this is battery powered. So this one doesn't light up all the time. But some of the old school ones were nice because and I have them all on the tree. I just grabbed a few tonight. And well, I guess when Raquel is, I'll save, I'll show them again when Raquel comes back. But here's Spock. Oh, come on, rotate around, Mr. Spock, on your console.
Captain, I seem to be.
You can send that to my house.
Did you see what he when you weren't here? What he showed with the Enterprise? You better show her that.
Yep.
Here, he gets back to her. You didn't show her that. You're gonna be in some trouble.
I put this behind. It'll focus better. Maybe. Let's see.
Oh,
Captain, I seem to be swaying all over the place. Are we?
Wow. Yeah, you can send that to my house. Ho ho ho.
Is that why you gave me your address?
Yes. No, I'm kidding.
But yeah, it's got the console too, which is really nice. So, and I leave this one out on my shelf all year. It's Spock on the shelf because, of course,
it's beautiful.
That's so well done. Yep. So we got Spock, and of course, then you have to have the captain. So I have this out all year anyway too. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that's great.
So you got
nice.
And you can still find these on eBay, guys. So most of them aren't too expensive. A few of them, the original one was pretty expensive, but other than that, I mean, normally $20 to $30 you can get most of these on eBay. But what year was this one? If I can grab my loop since I'm old. This is 1995. Yep. And of course, this is one of the newer ornaments I just picked up last year. So this is the new Uhura ornament.
Oh wow! Ooh. Oh my God, man!
And that's Mirror.
The Mirror
it
universe.
Looks beautiful.
Yep. That's what all these. He's got a bunch of mirror. He's got a mirror.
I have those boots. I love those boots.
Yeah, those are awesome.
Nice.
Yep.
Those boots are fun to wear.
So this was that new series that's out. So you push the button and she talks, but I've got to get the cord that hooks up to. You can buy this power cord, and if you get the Star Trek tree topper, then they all talk to each other. So
wow!
So you can get the whole set. So this, I think they're coming out with Scotty next. I have Sulu, Uhura, and what I always say is just go into the season to the Hallmark store and pick them up on clearance. But these were kind of popular, so they were there. And there's also a tree topper that will never make it to the top of the tree, as Mrs. D said. But
Of course
you could put it on the counter, and like the Enterprise, you push a button. I was showing in one of the videos, and the Enterprise talks. But this is just a really well done ornament.
Thank you for the $2 super chat. The great Eric K. Brunswich. Mark is DC's toy man. Look out, Superman. Yes, you are a toy man. We should give for all those super chats everyone is given, we should give a reward. And so this is everyone always plays a little something after they get a super chat. And I don't have anything fancy like that except for one thing, thanks to our chief engineer. So tonight, anyone else who gets a super chat will get this.
I protest. I am not a merry man.
I mean, I'm not asking for. That's not a way of asking for a super chat. I mean it to sound like that. I'm just saying. I forgot to play it earlier when I got one because I'm not used to that. So that's what I mean. You don't have to give any everyone. It was you know what I mean. I was just saying.
We'll give you a freebie. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's true because we got some earlier. We should probably get him another one.
I protest. I am not a merry man. I protest. I am not a merry man.
I love that line.
I'm probably gonna get dinged for it, but whatever.
No, that's too short.
I got limited the other night for playing it. I think.
Yeah, well, who the heck knows? But yeah, so this is a classic '40s Wonder Woman Hallmark ornament.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite ornaments.
Golden Age Wendy, love it. So that's beautiful.
JT Kirk saying you need a second tree in your room. Yeah, the missus keeps saying you've got too many ornaments on the tree, so. I sneak them all on. The tree's not that big, but she puts hers on first, and I got to fit mine around the normal ornaments. But yeah, it's a fun tree. So yeah, and the lasso is really well done. It's actually metal. It's a metal lasso, which is really cool. So
oh wow,
it's a really nice focus on Wonder Woman.
Thank you, Eric K, for another one, man, dude. I appreciate it. I protest. I am not a married man.
Come on, Wonder Woman.
I protest. I am not a merry man.
That's hysterical.
And I didn't know enough to play it the other night when we were doing it.
There we go.
Oh, here we go. Oh, man. Look, I made that sound bad. Now they feel like they have to give me one. You can ask and I'll play it for free, friends. It's Christmas, for God's sake. But thank you nonetheless, Max Redstone, who's written probably his greatest limerick ever. And it is Dorn, 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 dorn. So to speak. Thank you. Now that I've tortured you with that, Max, I could at least I could do is this.
I protest. I am not a merry man.
And of course, you've got to have 7 of 9 on your Christmas tree, right?
Whoa, my goodness! You were a sexist pig. Thank you.
Santa brought me that.
Santa's a sexist pig. Thank you, Dad Man and the Dad Man clan. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Love that clip. Mrs. DMW makes R ornaments. I think he makes H here. Oh, so she makes ornaments. Well,
nice. Yeah.
Very cool. And this is for you, Dad Man and the Dad Man clan. Merry Christmas. But Worf doesn't agree.
I protest. I am not a merry man.
And of course, we got to give Captain Archer some love. So,
yeah. Nice.
Get an Archer ornament.
I couldn't find one of my photos, but I did find a photo on the internet of someone who did something similar. So at least I can show it, but it's not as good as mine. I have some tips for how to do it. So I put that on Twitter if one of the guys wants to show it.
Okay. Going.
So we're not sure which version of the captain's chair this is, if this is the trip refit or not. That's an inside Enterprise joke.
Yes,
That's a good inside joke.
That was a good episode from the episode Singularity.
Yeah, doesn't Trip make his chair like 2 inches shorter or something?
But after being obsessed with it all over the whole episode, screwing around with it and stuff, that was pretty funny.
And no cup holders either, right? He said, if I had more time, Captain, I would have got cup holders.
Yeah, he also changed the bolts.
Yeah, he changed the bolts, yep.
Huge changes.
And while I got the camera on me, my daughter was traveling this Christmas, so we celebrated Christmas on Tuesday night before she left. So she gave out her presents, and we gave her presents. So she gave me this awesome Herbie that
Funko
Pop.
will allow it.
Funko will allow. Well, it's a Herbie pop. So yeah, come on.
That's Herbie, but, yeah.
That's cute.
I protest. I'm not Herbie.
No, so I got
Have
that.
you seen
Jill
what Jill's
says-
done?
More. Jill likes more. More. Who mourns for Adonis?
So like, it was early Christmas for me. So my daughter also got me this Back to the
Wow.
Future
Oh,
Playmobil.
that's Saturday night. We're sending you Back to the Future. I love that. That's great. That's fantastic, dude.
So that's gonna be fun. Yep.
It's very
man.
generous of you. Thank you, Snail Messiah.
Thank you so much, Snail Messiah, for the $2 super chat. Danish krona, I think they call that. You are too kind, sir. Burgers. I'm hungry. Merry Christmas. Burgers. Hey, snails can eat burgers.
No.
Can they? Thank you so much, and Merry Christmas to you. And this goes out to you.
I protest. I am not a merry man.
And look, yeah, I got my
Running into the ground, maybe. Yeah, but I never get tired of that.
That's awesome. Yep.
Best
And then
thing
she
in
got
that
me
episode.
this too. Yeah.
Yep, I got that. I got that.
You got
but I
that?
really
You
do.
got that?
And I got the thing one now. Did I tell you that Claude got me the thing one?
Yeah. Nice
I'm
job,
Claude.
Claude. Yeah. So
Oh,
you
nice.
got
Now I got to.
now you got to get Psycho Man and the High Evolutionary too.
I
Yeah.
want those. Dude, those are expensive, man. It's like $20 a pop for that stuff. They look
Yeah.
good. High Evolutionary looks good. I have the old Psycho Man from the old line there.
Yep.
Let's see here. JT Kirk says, "Could you play the YouTube made video? Make it so. It is a TNG. Let it snow satire with oh." I can't play a video long like that about getting in trouble. I'm afraid there, JT. But I would like. I'd like to check it out though. I don't know. It's make it so. Make it so. Make it so. I think. No, I haven't seen it. All right, this is just not acceptable here. I mean, this is
that's
cool.
Black Canary. Anytime your daughter gives you a gift, it's cool. So
Oh, your daughter gave it to you. In that case, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
I love it.
so
I'm kidding.
yeah, very cool. Yep. So Black Canary. It's kind of like the Vinyl Mates. It's a big they did that Lego type line.
Where'd
So
you
they
find
did a big
this thing?
version of
Isn't it old?
characters,
Is that new?
I think it's kind of old, but
Okay.
that stroke looks great there, and the arrow. So yeah, I like that iteration. I mean, it's not the Black Canary, but that
You like
was
her?
actually Laura Lance. So that was
Yeah, she wasn't dying.
it was David Cassidy's daughter. And I have the world's smallest Christmas ornament here. I got this last year with Uhura. They had a giveaway. They had a free ornament. So it's Ant-Man.
I can't.
Yeah,
Is that
that's-
Ant-Man? I
yeah,
can't
here,
tell.
let's
He's
see if I-
shaking.
He's shaking it.
Back it
Come
up
on,
just a
Ant-Man.
little bit.
Let's see. Come on.
You got to back it up a little.
I gotta back up. Yep. Focus.
There it's closer. There you go. That's movie Ant-Man.
Yeah, movie. It was a free giveaway with the
It's all right.
with the figure. It was funny. And I
They'll
actually
allow
have these. I have these two two ornaments too. I keep on my desk because they're two. It was like it's a set of 3 ships. So you've got the bird of prey. They get.
Hey!
They're gonna
Micro
attack.
machines?
They're gonna attack Ant-Man.
Is that Micro Machines or?
No, it's actually a
That's
ornament
smaller than
set
a
from
Micro
Hallmark.
Machine.
Yeah, it's smaller than the Micro Machine.
Wow.
So then I use the other Enterprise for my
Snort-
Doomsday Machine.
All right, Snorty. See
diorama.
you later.
Good night, Snort.
Snortapoopus. Snortapoopus!
Take care, Snort.
Cuba.
Merry Christmas to you,
I
Snort.
love you. Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas,
That's a good
You're
bear.
a good bear. And everyone in the
Yes.
chat, please do me a favor. Throw that good bear some nice Arctic char and some chin scritchies just for me. Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas, Snorty.
Yeah, so
Merry Christmas,
Merry
my friend.
Christmas, Snort. But yeah, these are ridiculously sized ornaments. When your Enterprise is in danger of being dwarfed by or
By a
stepped on by
bird of
Ant-Man,
prey.
then you know you're in trouble.
Yes, Ant-Man's big. That's a tiny ass Enterprise.
Tiny. Yeah, it's a Hallmark set if you look it up, and I got it. I'm like, when I got it out of
Okay,
the box,
yeah.
I'm like, these are so, yeah. It says Hallmark. You can't see it, but it says Hallmark 1995.
Yes, a friend of mine calls it just Enterprise. Duh.
And then a friend,
Duh.
here's to Mac. Instead of sending me a Christmas card, look what a good friend I had. This is what he sent me.
What?
He sent me
What?
this instead of a Christmas card, 50th anniversary special.
He didn't know about the forwarding address to my house?
He got
No.
him confused.
Yep. So
What
it's a
kind
nice-
of a friend is he anyway?
a really good friend. Yeah. So all this great retrospective on TV Guide, all the years they were on, all the covers and.
But there's one problem.
What's that?
I believe there's filth in there. That's why I didn't buy it.
No, there's not.
Are you
sure?
I have the one with the filth in it.
Well, yeah,
I have the one with the
right,
filth in
there's
it.
not much in there. Here we
You'll
go.
be okay, but I would have to. I'd just be ripping that. Where? That's not. She's not filth.
No, I'm not going to show because I don't want to trigger you.
Yeah, don't show any filth. But which filth was it?
Well, the 2009.
At that point, there were two. Yeah,
it was
Georgia
2000.
filth.
2000.
Right.
I didn't realize it was.
I knew
in
there'd
there,
be. That's okay.
There's not much coverage of it, I have to say. But,
not your fault.
Yeah, it was a gift. So,
if someone gave me that magazine, I would keep it in good faith too. Even I would just not look at the filth and not think about it. Oh, I'm not a monster. Yeah. Well, I am, but
Bon Voyager. If Katie Carr's out there, she's a huge Voyager fan. And here we go, taking the bridge. But I love all these. I used
TV
to
Guide.
TV Guide covers when there was a cool cover. You'd.
Well, I've told you, I got a buddy who has every issue. Still
wow,
stacked
35 covers. Wow.
35 covers, I should say. They were looking at they were taking cues from the comics industry at that point.
That's how we found out about Star Trek before the internet.
Yes, that's right. TV Guide.
Yeah, you had a magazine you'd buy that told you what was on TV every week. Yep.
And that monster.
Imagine that.
Good one, Eric. Woo wee. Woo. I mean, wow, that's fascinating, Captain. That's what I meant to say. Woo wee is not like a cat call, like you might think. It was actually fascinating, Captain.
I like that cover there. That's
there's some maniac that bought all those covers.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That like what, $9 a piece?
I wouldn't know anyone crazy like that.
No, we wouldn't, of course. $10 a piece. Were there some crazy crap like that?
Yeah.
Shut up and take my money.
That's a nice nice background. Yep. Well, how much was this when it came out? Let's see. TV Probably special 2016. $10, so not too bad.
Paul.
Yeah. Oh, fun stuff though. Yep.
Oh, good. That's good stuff, Jill. Good to hear.
Nice. Yeah, that animated series book was really good. Yep.
All right, now look, Trek 4 is a Christmas movie. Fight me. No, sorry.
Fight me. Yeah.
Well, I was just mentioning that we were joking around about Christmas movies. Well, it was released at Christmas. I remember that. And the theme, I was talking to Loki about that theme sounds Christmassy because it's not like a normal Trek theme. It's good. They use for the film, It's very Christmassy.
Well, what would the Silver Surfer say? I don't know.
He would say, "Oh dear, I'm bronze."
Bronze. Yeah.
I tell you what he would say. He would say, "I am the Bronze Surfer."
Oh, and I got this the other day too. From there we go. There's the Bronze Surfer. My buddy sent me this with his Christmas card. So it's I didn't set up the other camera tonight. Sorry, but that's
okay. No, I can see it. Cool. Closet A pen.
Starfleet Academy, San Francisco. But tough to. I could get a better camera up here.
No, you good. That's good. Nice.
So that was nice to get in the package. Yep.
All you have to do to graduate Starfleet is to fight a supervillain in an episode in a dumb movie.
So I got to wear that.
They'll give you the flagship of the fleet, apparently.
Yeah, I got to wear that as a tie tack and wait to see if anyone notices. What the heck? It's pretty big. Would be a pretty big tie tack, but you graduated from Starfleet. Yep.
I actually did graduate from Starfleet.
Did they give you a cool pin like I have, or
no? I got a certificate instead.
Well, I got a cool pin.
I forgot about that, Jill. That author
I didn't even graduate.
That author did reference the filth. Ugh.
I didn't even. Oh, he did. Yeah.
Yep.
That's too bad.
Yeah, but see, just JJ. It's all. See, there's the thing. It's all Jar Jar Abrams. SCD, P Hard, Lower Drexel. It's still all from him. It's all from him.
Oh, I need a blowtorch on the chat.
What happened?
We need somebody who needs to take out your disruptors. Fire at will.
Oh, Chris will get him. Chris will get him.
Yep. Chris is gone, but I got it. But we got help there.
As long as you don't click on it, it's okay too.
So what you got? Number one.
I sent it to the
the Twitters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Snail
Let-
Messiah says, Raquel, you might be interested in this academic nerd knowledge. Did you know that cows are indeed very smart? They're outstanding in their fields.
Oh,
I love you. I wish Scuba Pete were here. He would love that.
yes. he would. That's nice. That's a good one.
Eric's like, I got it. I had it, which is funny because there's a 10-second delay. So you got to imagine how fast Eric is on the draw. Like he's got to be the quickest draw McGraw. Okay, so this one is not mine. Mine, of course, is much better than this.
I'm gonna get yours ready to show in a second. Yep.
I can't find my photographs. I'll have to take some new ones and I'll show them to you. These ones I consider substandard compared to mine. So I definitely use the kind that you can open the top. I didn't use these ones where I'm not even sure how you seal these. And certainly I used way more tribbles, and you can't put black tribbles in there. Just if you're going to do black tribbles, you have to do all black tribbles. You can't, you know what I mean? Because real tribbles, and they're brown and yellow and white and off brown and taupe, and they're not black. But anyway, and I use a boatload more. But as you can see, the most important thing is that you pick a nice pose and that you scale it to the size of the ornament that you buy. And then, of course, like I said, you laminate them, or you can stiffen them by Yoo-hoo gluing them to cardstock, and then you just gently bend them, insert them in the hole, and then you can use chopsticks and tweezers to position them. You can add a little dot of glue to either side of it, and then touch it to either side of the glass so it won't move around. And then once the tribbles move around, it's actually just fun anyways. So they're just cute because they move all over them.
Eric K, are you running, dude? I'm sorry about that, Eric. Eric, it was just an accident, and I just out of habit. Are you running, Eric, or are you just kidding? It says signing off. I don't know, but hope not. But if you are, dude, have a fantastic rest of the night there, and I hope you have a Merry Christmas. Oh, what?
You better not be leaving. I'm not sure if I want to let you leave. And Max Redstone says that cows are very inspiring. They are good motivational speakers.
I'm sorry, Eric. I just took you. I don't know. I thought you meant it.
I'm glad you're not leaving.
I'm glad you're not. Yes, because if you did, I would have to call the Bronze Surfer.
Seriously, I love that, especially for his avatar. Anti-derivative Jill, I hope you enjoyed that project, and we can talk about that on Twitter because we're friends. So
that's
if you need me or whatever to for suggestions on episodes for different poses so that you can get them all the same, posing in relatively the same way, you let me know and we can talk about it. But yeah, I did them all from the whole cast, and it was a lot of fun.
With all the tribbles,
I'll never forget the Captain Dunzel line. It was regards to Captain Dunzel, Ultimate Computer. But go ahead.
Yes,
sorry.
all with tribbles.
Very nice,
if you do the tribble one, the best thing that you can do is, instead of printing off one of the cast members or one of the crew, you can actually print off "Do Not Feed," and you could put the little sign of "Do Not Feed" inside of the ornament, and then just pack it halfway. I pack mine halfway full with tribbles, and I don't use black tribbles because there aren't black tribbles in TOS.
Nor were there pink ones, but then they put them on the animated show.
Dumb.
So dumb. So
yeah, but we know why there was pink, right? Because anyway. Cows can make people feel sheepish when they do that. When they do what?
Did you have a
Oh, cows tend to milk the limelight if you let them, Hungry Boy says. Oh boy, here we go with the dad jokes. We have fallen down the hole of dad jokes. We're screwed.
That's okay. I think they're great jokes. I don't even think what's this dad joke thing? What
No,
Max
they're not.
says, Raquel, can I get one of the Enterprise hauling away a garbage scow?
That'd be a great one. Yeah.
It's just that you said signing off. That's what threw me off, Eric. He doesn't say this. Says it says regards to Captain Dunzel.
Yes.
But anyway. So did you have some stuff to show also, Mark?
No, that's I mean I could always grab more ornaments.
No. I thought you said you had pictures that Raquel had.
No, but that was the same picture. That was the same
Oh, it's
picture.
just the same picture.
Oh,
I wish
okay.
I had
You beat me to it. You out-engineered me.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes. I wish I had all of the pictures because they're
Yeah.
quite fun. And for the Spock one, I actually did a screen cap of when he's petting the kitty cat.
Oh, and then so the triple's in front of it. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so the triple is there instead. Well, yeah, because you have to get rid of the cat. But it's such a fun project, and you wouldn't believe how great it looks when it's done.
I got you.
Just what I need. More Star Trek ornaments on the tree. Just kidding.
That is exactly what you need.
Yeah.
You know what I need? I need to know what everybody, if anyone is planning to watch anything special this for Christmas, other than those cartoons I was talking about that I'm going to be watching and have watched. Does anyone have anything in the chat? What are you watching this year? Do you have something?
Well, I always
you watch every year.
Twilight Zone: Night of the Meek with Art Carney.
Mark Carney, great one.
Santa Claus. That's a fantastic. I love the anthology short stories. I know you're a fan of those, Raquel, as well. So
I do. I love short stories.
So have you seen Night of the Meek or Twilight Zone? I'm assuming you have, Raquel, but
I have. I just don't remember the titles of things.
It's been a while.
Yeah, that's when Art Carney is quote. He's what's the problem? Well, back in the day, they would say he's a homeless person, but and he finds this bag that's giving out. Well, I shouldn't give away the whole episode, but he finds a bag that's giving out presents, and it's just a really heartfelt story, and it's just perfect Christmas message about how giving is often better than receiving. So it's really one of the better sci-fi fantasy pieces on Christmas. It's really it's not really. It's just that Twilight Zone, classic Rod Serling. I don't know if you did.
You watch it every year or what?
Yeah, it was because it's a short episode.
Oh, it's a great one. Yeah.
It's a great one to watch. And
I don't remember this episode but I vaguely remember the 1985 one, but I don't remember the 1960 one. I'm gonna have to watch them both.
And it looks a little funny because
85 one.
Yeah, part of it was filmed on video for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
So the camera, and it's black and white.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put it in the chat. 1959, actually. Wow.
Jill watches Lord of the Rings sometime during Christmas every year. Wow, actually, this was like this week or last week was the 20th anniversary of the release of the first film, Fellowship of the Rings. We were talking about that Peter Jackson's original trilogy. I'm guessing. Jill, is that right? Nice. What'd you put in there? Okay, gotcha. So you watched it? Yeah. Well, look, I haven't seen that Twilight Zone in a long time. I'll probably have to check that one, pull that one back out.
Yeah, I just love that. And the first time I watched, I'm like, oh, and this is Twilight Zone. It's like, it's hard to believe. Yeah.
There's stuff that I watch every couple of years or whatever stuff, but there are a few things I watch every single year, and it looks like, and I like that. I like some people don't do that, but other people have stuff that they have to watch every year, that they try to watch every year. Jill, I think that's interesting. Jill does it with Lord of the Rings. That's a great choice, of course.
Yep.
There's only 2 or 3 things I have to watch every single year. One of them is Blackadder's Christmas Carol, which is one of the funniest, most wonderful. I mean, ever since I first saw it in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s is when it came out. I watch it every single year, never miss it. It's just, I love Blackadder. Blackadder's a great show anyway. Yep. But the Christmas Carol is, of course, it is a wonderful satire spoof on the story, like a Blackadder British humor take on that story. Let's see what some of our friends are saying in the chat that they watched Night of the Meek. There you go. You got that one.
Yep. I love the way Rod Serling introduces that show. Yep.
Dad, man, take care, man. Have you and your family. Merry Christmas to you and the Dad Man Clan, bud.
Yes. Merry Christmas, Dad Man Clan. We're sending you all of our love and best holiday wishes. I hope you guys get everything you want and that you have a wonderful time with one another. You have such a great family. Merry Christmas, you guys. Thank you for supporting
Christmas,
this
indeed.
channel and for supporting this show and all the shows we do. You guys are terrific. We love the Dad Man Clan. Merry Christmas. Happy
Merry
New
Christmas.
Year.
And
Indeed, indeed.
Ang Dadman's daughter has a Twitch channel, so I'm putting the link in if you
Okay, please do.
feel like going over there and subbing to her and supporting her channel. That'd be great.
Snail Messiah says, every year I watch Ask a Ninja's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Okay, I don't know what that is, but I'm glad you got something you want. I love to hear what they watch, either watch every year or what they're planning to watch this year, whatever. Kal-El says, I plan on watching the Christmas episode from Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman. Okay, I don't think I've ever seen that one, but excellent. That's what I like to hear. I like to know what everyone, if you have one that you either watch once in a while and you're about to watch it this year, or Hungry Boy, you quote me, you own a turnip, quoting Blackadder's Christmas Carol, one of the funniest damn things ever made. It's just Blackadder's such a brilliant show, and that even if you haven't watched the show, I guess you could still get something out of it. It's just good Lord, it's a great show, and that Christmas Carol, never ever miss it. My son even watches it with me. He didn't watch anything with me. It's just tradition. Let's see here. Even though, in fact, I've watched it so many times now that it's with like a later copies and stuff, including a later DVD cut I had of it, cut stuff out from the original, cut a line, a tiny little line, but I've seen it so many times, it aggravates me every time I watch that version of it, because that was a line that's in my old VHS copies.
Was it for political reasons, or was
no?
It just
well, yeah, it might have been. It might have been for. It's yeah, I think it might.
So you don't want to say what it? Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
it's
just wondering.
Just blasphemous. It's very blasphemous because we're talking about. Yeah, it's not for modern day type of political reasons, if that's what you mean. But yeah, it's pretty out there. I catch that one, Max. That's obscure. Trying to get that. I mean, darling, I know you've watched Blackadder now. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. I'll recite. Yep, you reciting from Blackadder Goes Forth, one of my favorite, that brilliant poem by Baldric. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, by the way, the title of it is the German Guns. Remember, he goes boom, 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 and then Blackadder finishes. It goes boom, boom, boom. Yes, how'd you know, sir? That's spooky.
They don't write them like that anymore. Yep.
Yes, some censorship happens in to Blackadder, I would say. Anyway, Eric watches Tor and Midway. I would say every year, no matter what. Wow, okay. At Christmas? Okay, excellent. There you go. Raquel, do you have one or two?
I think everyone knows already. I watch all of the Star Trek movies.
Oh, okay.
I watch them in order.
All 10, you mean?
Yep. And I do it for every holiday. It's something that my family looks forward to. And we have a really old theater here where I live that usually shows a Star Trek movie at Christmas time. And obviously we won't be able to do that this year. But around here, I'm reminded by my family, which is saying something, because it's pretty cool that they do that. But that I was told it's not Christmas. It's not Christmas until we've watched all the films.
Wow.
So,
nice.
And when I was told that very recently, I was like, wow. So all these years, you're not sick of me.
They keep you around.
And they keep me around, and they don't get sick of my stuff. They love me. They must do it out of pity, but I do think they must enjoy it a little bit.
Wow. But all 10 of them, that's amazing. That's a lot of time, though. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, there's obviously, I don't like to talk about my family, but there's a great deal of billiards that are played over that period of time. So while we're watching billiards, I have heard family members reciting some of the dialogue they've memorized. It's
Oh, wow.
astonishing, and I'm very happy.
Nice. I love it. I love that. That's
And then, of course, there are some films that they're completely in love with, where they will sit down with popcorn and watch it with me. And so usually I'm curled up with my dog Maya, who passed away. But this year we'll have the puppies, and the puppies are going to enjoy their first Star Trek Christmas.
Oh, okay. Wow. That is fantastic.
I'm sure they'll enjoy it. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
And puppies don't make too much noise. We got to concentrate on the movie.
Hungry Boy, you can never go wrong with that, my friend. Rankin and Bass animation for me. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Was it Frosty?
I was just going to mention that. Yep. Yeah.
Great
So
stuff.
And I should say, Scuba Pete bought me the director's cut of Wrath of Khan.
Oh,
nice.
I've never watched it because I wasn't even aware that it was ever on sale in Canada, and I highly doubt that it ever was. And I've seen some information that fortifies that. However, I digress. Scuba Pete goes out with his wife, Leslie, a wonderful couple. I love their whole family. They buy it for me and send it to me. So this year, instead of watching my box set, I will be inserting Star Trek Wrath of Khan director's cut in for my 2. So I'm really excited about it. And my thanks to Scuba Pete and Leslie.
Very nice. Very nice. Yep. And I think they come with a 4K version of that. I'm not sure if it was 4K too, but great movie. Yep. And then we're getting TMP is coming out in 4K too.
Yes.
Right.
They're redoing the effects for that one finally. So that'll be great. We'll have to have a Clubhouse special for that one. Wow.
Oh yes.
Yeah. JT Kirk says A Christmas Story at least 12 times on 5 different TV channels. You shoot your eye out. You shoot your eye out. You shoot your eye out. There you go. Also,
sounds Italian. Yeah.
The Alistair Sim version of A Christmas Carol. Nice. There you go. Excellent.
Well, I love when I was a kid. I think it's A Year Without a Santa Claus, but the Burgermeister Meisterburger episode, and then they had Heat Miser. You know the Heat Miser song when they're
burger.
I'm Mr. Heat.
Yeah.
You don't want me to sing, but that song was, when you're like little kids, that song was so popular. And of course, you had to wait till it was on TV. Like now, you can just watch the damn thing or buy them, and it's like, oh, that's gonna be on. Santa Claus is coming down. It's gonna be on tonight. You gotta watch it.
Yeah.
God, I love the stop motion clay animation. That was our 3D back when I was a kid. That was 3D computer graphics.
God, I love that stop
the
motion
claymation,
stuff.
but they're just so well done. The little drummer boy, and then people were complaining about Rudolph. Now they were saying he's too bullied. They shouldn't show him. I'm like, bah humbug.
Eat a bag.
And what greater villain is that than the Burgermeister Burger? I mean, come on.
Burgermeister, yep. Yeah, oh, yeah. Year Without Santa Claus is Hungry Boy's favorite, Rankin and Bass. There you go.
Yep.
Tom, what do you say there, man?
Merry Christmas, Tom.
Tom with the midnight jets. What you doing, bro? What's up, dude?
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Tom. And of course, I have most of the action figures from that toy line too. So I've got a big Bumble and the tree, and I've got the Santa's house, and I set that up. I just set it up today, so I've got all the figures and stuff from the Rankin and Bass, and just love those. They're so great.
Oh yeah.
Such good memories. Yeah. So well, here I got to show the Burgermeister. I'll be right back. I'll grab that.
Okay, sure. Let's see here.
Oh, Tom got his mom some Rudolph figures.
Oh, cool. Tom, if you feel like coming in and saying hello to us on Christmas, I mean, I know if you're busy, it's cool, but if you feel like stopping in, man, let us know. You can pop in with us and say, we're just hanging here.
We are just hanging out.
Yep. Let's see. Obviously Blackadder's Christmas Carol. I'm gonna come and enjoy some of this, the cartoons and stuff like that. But I think I don't know. Okay, cool, man. I'm sure. What else? I had some other stuff planned to watch, and I can't bloody remember any of it. Let's see here. I got to find you first. There. I know I have them on my list.
Were you checking it twice?
Yes.
Did you find him naughty or nice?
I find him naughty. That's why we like him. Okay, I think I'm sending it to the right one here. It's I believe this is the correct one, Tom. Let's see. And there we go. Because we yeah. But yes, you know what? And now I'm forgetting. Oh, Max Redstone says, after my exhaustive multiversion Superman 2 rewatch, I watched the director's cut of Superman 1, and yes, I agree that it's a better movie. Max, we need to talk about one day I'm planning, hopefully Michael French will join me soon, and he and I are gonna, I'm hoping to con him into doing a deep dive on the Donner cut of Superman 2. But one night we're gonna talk about that. That Superman I rewatched the Donner cut again recently, and it's something. It is something, but it's better than the Lester cut. But then it's got, hey, Tom Connors. So it's an honor to have you here, sir.
Hey, Tom.
How's everybody doing?
Our first ever guest in Clobby'S Clubhouse.
Mark, I have not seen you in forever.
Yeah.
Yep. We survived Die Hard. Yep.
How'd that go last night? You had a good time?
I'm hanging in there. How you doing, Raquel? Been a little bit.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's so nice to see you. I am well, thank you, and definitely looking forward to the holidays, mostly the food. I'm
Awesome.
excited to cook it, and I'm even more excited to eat it.
Wait a minute, there's food involved in this holiday?
Oh, yes. There's going to be a lot of
That's the
eating.
meaning of Christmas, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one ever tells me anything. What you got here? Oh, shoot, let me go.
Burgermeister, Meister Burger.
Oh, I need a disruptor in the chat. Can I have a disruptor in the chat, please?
I'll let Eric. Eric will get mad at me if I take him out. The Bronze Surfer wants to do it. So go for it, Eric. Unless he doesn't want me to.
Nuke that guy.
Yeah, he gave me a stern talking to the last time I nuked him first. They're not even trying with the names anymore.
No, yeah.
They were, for a while, they were using like normal people names.
Yeah.
And now this is what the frick ever this dude's Russian name is.
Yep.
Eric might be busy, so there we go.
Nuke.
Oh, he got him.
You got him. Yeah, you got him. Yep. Eric will get him. Yep.
Thank you, Eric.
That's,
oh my goodness! Now what is this here?
That's Willard. I think that's the Burgermeister Meisterburger's, soldier that wasn't
Nice.
too competent yet.
Eric's coming on. Eric's coming on.
Oh, cool.
Oh, good.
Can
On the
someone
way,
send
buddy.
Eric the link?
I thought
Eric's
I sent it. Oh, I forgot. That's right. I had to cancel the Global Geek Gang for tomorrow. I remember I sent him something back, but I forgot to send him this link. I
Do
meant
you
to.
have the
on the
headphones
way.
now, sweetheart? If you do, hop on.
If you got him now, dude, or what? Yeah. We haven't talked to Eric in a dog's age.
So you got to have a Bumble.
Oh, that's great.
And this is the little Bumble. I actually have a bigger Bumble, believe it or not.
Bumbles bounce.
Oh, he's got him. Come on, Eric. You got that one.
I have those in mittens.
What do you watch, Tom, for Christmas? Do you like have a certain thing? Everyone seems to have one or two.
I kind of change it up every year, but there's a few that are
Yeah.
kind of mainstays. Of course, Rudolph,
Yes.
The Grinch, Christmas Vacation are generally Die Hard, Gremlins, kind of all ones just about every year. Charlie Brown Christmas, of course, Garfield, Chipmunks,
Nice.
The basics. I'm a big fan of the classic television specials.
Yeah.
Those are really cool figures. Those aren't the ones I
Those are
bought my
amazing.
mom. Ones I got my mom are a lot smaller and they're more like a diorama thing.
Oh, that's
Oh,
pretty
cool.
cool. It's cool though. We gotta love Rudolph though. Yeah, I've gone back to watching the Doctor Who Christmas specials because it's been a while since I've watched them, and since Doctor Who's been so horrible in the past, what they've done to it, it's still fun to go back and watch those again. That's just really great.
Actually, that might be the ones about the size I got my mom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they did have a set that was smaller. Yep. So
Yeah, I was gonna say that looks more like
guys
the one.
those guys are So Winter was scaled.
The
They
Donner?
had Winter and they had the good version, the evil version. So this is the mean version. What every
That's
kid
great.
wants to see in Christmas. Yep.
Krampus.
But
That
it
is
just
fantastic.
brings back such
Krampus.
memories. Yeah, it was some really nice figures. So I got two more I'll grab and I'll be back. Yep.
David
I always
sort of
watch Muppet Christmas Carol usually too, as far as that goes.
Oh yeah. A lot of people love to watch that one. Guess who's here? The Bronze Surfer.
Hey.
Look at him. And I mean the bronze surfer. That's him right there.
Yeah, I need to put that up for Christmas or something.
That's
love
not
it.
a surfboard he's holding.
I'm sorry, the bronze wrencher. I'm sorry. See, Tom, a while back, since he's a Silver Surfer fan, but he's a man of bronze himself. Not to be confused with Doc Savage. I've always called him the bronze wrencher, so I accidentally just said surfer. But then Chris Persia sent me that. So
Works
Well,
for me.
I had to come on for Christmas. Wish everybody a
Yes.
very Merry Christmas
I'm so
and
glad
all
you
that
did.
good stuff. Some of my favorite people in the world: Tom, Mark, Raquel, and you, Clobby.
And not Tom, I take it.
I said Tom first.
Oh, okay. I didn't want Tom to be left out, is all.
Eric, tell me.
We got beef between us, see.
Oh,
right.
shoot.
Oh yeah.
Eric, tell me about your film watching rituals at Christmas time. What are you watching?
I always watch It's a Wonderful Life every year, no matter
Nice.
what.
Oh, I forgot to
mean-
mention that one. Yeah.
Greatness.
It's a must. I mean, how can you go wrong? George Bailey. I mean, Donna Reed, for God's sakes, just so beautiful. You can't go wrong. You know.
Mhm.
That's what a scurvy little spider, Mr. Potter. Sorry.
Well, I just can't believe I
love it.
forgot it because I just talked about it earlier on our physical media show because I was talking about how great the 4K Blu-ray is of that.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
I need to get that. I keep saying
It's
that.
funny because prior to the show, Clobby and I were talking about how basically Americans invented Christmas. And
The modern version, yeah.
yeah, the modern version, and how wonderful it is, because of course, you know, for over 1,000 years it was a drinking party, and you know, being afraid of what was outside and staying inside and eating as much as you could and then getting inordinately inebriated. And it was the Americans, after of course it was banned by the Puritans, but it wasn't until the 19th century that the Americans got together and said, you know, let's have something to celebrate. Let's do something beautiful. Let's celebrate charity. Let's celebrate hope and love, and let's usher in a new era where we celebrate children. We celebrate children and loving our children and giving and family and worrying about how our children feel, how our family members feel, and connecting to that. And so I love that Americans did that. I think it's absolutely wonderful. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think that, you know, the old school Christmas is kind of cool too. It's not religious. It's just lots of drinking. And of course, I make a Christmas pie. Christmas pie was banned by the Puritans. You were not allowed to eat Christmas pie. Definitely going to be making Christmas pie. But I have to say.
So what is in it? Because sorry.
Yeah, what kind of band and hierarchy?
Or what's in
Good
it?
to see it.
Well, there are different things in Christmas pie. And so some people refer to Christmas pie as mincemeat pie. So you have mincemeat
Oh, okay.
pie.
Okay.
But of course,
Mm.
I'm Irish, so I am going to be making a beef pie that's filled with gravy. And because I live in Canada, I will also be making a tortillere. So that's a pork pie. So yeah, so I'm making the band food. And of course, there will be libations, and we're going to have a great time. But I do think that it's important for people to recognize that Christmas was not initiated as this capitalistic thing, and you know, Americans, you know, turned it into a commercial enterprise and all these things. It was actually a conscious effort on behalf of lots of American forces, political and non-political, to give people a time of the year to love one another and to be kind to one another and to focus on charity and showing love and kindness towards one another. So and doing that through gifts is cool too. And so I love Americans and I love American Christmas. And Americans deserve a standing O for their take on Christmas. Bless them.
I'm making a prime rib for 8 people, so
Whoa.
should be
Eight.
quite a feast.
Wow.
Yes.
Roast beef.
Nice.
It's
Grinch should approve.
Oh my goodness.
it's a prime rib that's about 12 inches long and just a massive chunk of meat. So
Nice.
everybody's going to be stuffed, and
Good.
I think I've finally perfected my recipe in the last couple, or my way of cooking prime rib in the last few years. So I
Yeah.
expect it to be really good.
Oh,
That
it's going to
sounds
be
good.
wonderful.
Excellent, man. That sounds
Well, we're
great.
going to have a traditional meal on Christmas Day, but on Christmas Eve, we're definitely doing the pie. Are you doing anything for Christmas Eve, Eric?
Wow, I love this.
I'm actually gonna, on Christmas Eve, I'm doing fresh Dungeness crab as
Oh,
so as
very
Clobby
good.
says,
Yeah.
Critters.
water bugs.
Critters. Bugs.
Water bugs.
Yeah.
Sea bugs. Well, that's going to be delicious. Lots of garlic butter, I'm hoping.
Oh yes, I actually garlic butter with lemon juice in it.
Oh,
Fresh Meyer lemons I squeeze in from the tree out back. So
oh
yeah.
wow. You have
But,
lemons in your backyard? Of course
I
you
have
lemons
6
in your
lemon trees actually.
Oh,
I'll have a frozen pizza. That's just as good.
oh, Clubby, don't say that.
You have a
We're gonna fly
frozen
down
pizza
there.
tree?
Well, I'll unfreeze
I
it.
want a frozen pizza tree.
Oh, that'll be even better. Well, look at that.
I actually have 3
That would
apple
save me
trees.
So much money.
Oh wow.
I got 3 apple
Dude, that's
trees,
amazing.
a pear, plum, grapefruit,
Nice.
2 avocados, pomegranate. So I got a bunch of
Yum.
trees on my property.
Oh, beautiful,
Excellent, yeah.
beautiful. Tom, what are you tucking into? What are you tucking into for Christmas? What are you eating? What's going on?
Well, my mom actually works on Christmas, so we're doing it on Sunday. And I'm doing a ham. She's bringing a turkey. We're gonna do just all kinds of fixins and
Excellent.
just family presents and all that business.
Nice.
So
Oh,
yeah.
beautiful, beautiful.
Oh, okay. When does everybody open gifts? I mean, traditionally, we at my family, we usually open up one gift on Christmas Eve and then the rest Christmas morning. I know some
Yep.
people open them up like Christmas Eve, they open up everything because they can't wait. Some
Mhm.
people are strictly Christmas. What do you all do?
Well, my cousin was like, got to open them all on Christmas Eve because they went to midnight mass, and I'd always complain to my, when you're a young kid, you're complaining, you're like, why can't we open our presents up like the Callahans open their presents up, our cousins, and like, well, if you go to midnight mass, then you can. And then we'd always fight in the morning to get all our presents opened up from Santa Claus quick before you had to go to 9:00 mass. But they would give us like we could pick one little gift to open. I remember one year I got the static electricity kit where you could like rub
Wow.
this thing on a rug, and it would like the light would light up for like 2 seconds. I was like 6 years old, was crying to my mom like, I don't
What
want
the
this
hell?
for Christmas Eve. It was like a science experiment kit. She's like, we thought you'd like
What?
it. It's like,
Oh,
I want Evil Knievel. I don't want that. So we're Christmas Christmas Day now. Santa comes and then get those presents, and we wait till everyone's over to get the rest. But yeah, it's a God, when you're a kid, that's you just look forward to that Christmas morning. And my dad would always take a film, so we have all the home movies, which is cool, but we'd have to wait. Like, he'd like, wait till I get the lights on and get this set up, and hold on, you can't come down yet. And then we get to run into the presents. So yeah, but just such a fun morning for the for the little kids. And then when you're a parent, you get to that gift of giving. It's equally fun too to watch the kids when they open up all their stuff. So
Nice.
What do you do, Tom?
Well, the last few years things have completely changed. So like now it's
yeah.
just more of a like I said, kind of a more immediate family kind of thing. But
yeah.
no, we used to do it all, both sides of the family plus home stuff. But you had we had 2 family Christmases ahead of time. So generally my parents wouldn't let us open up anything real early. Once in a great while they'd give in and let us do something on Christmas Eve or a few days before or whatever, but very rarely. And then of course, Christmas Day was the bulk of it.
We celebrate Christmas Eve with family and open whatever presents the kids have there, and then come home for Christmas Day and open those. Then a lot of people do it that way. When there was such a thing in Christmas, my family, that's the way we kind of did it. And, but the kids got all their special stuff on Sunday mornings Christmas morning when I was a kid. So, yeah. And that's the way I did it with my kids when they were younger, of course. So.
Growing up, was everybody one of those early risers, crack of dawn?
Oh God,
open everything.
Oh yeah, if you're a kid.
Oh yeah, I had fun at being Santa too, though. Like, yeah, that's
me too.
Yep.
I used to tell my kid if he was bad, he wouldn't give you coal because coal was worth too much. He'd give you reindeer poop. And so one year I took Raisinets and I wrapped them all.
Absolutely hungry boy. Some riff tracks of MST3K. They got a lot of great Christmas stuff. Yeah.
Or we'd leave a note for Santa, and like Santa would ask a question. So well, you can only ask Santa one question. I'm like, well, I want to ask him more than one. And my mom was like, no, only one question for Santa. And he'd mom, they'd write the answer, and bad penmanship and a crayon, whatever. It was just so much fun. And like the cookies would be half eat, You always had to leave a few cookies there, and it was just. But you couldn't go to sleep that night, and you'd swear to God that you heard Santa Claus, and you'd wake up at 5 in the morning.
Your dad drunk trying to put your bike together.
Yeah, which is me years later with
pretty much
this Thomas the Tank Engine set. It took me 3 hours to put the damn play set together with the table and all the tracks going.
I can't tell if this is Spanish or Korean.
So finally, I got out the nail gun, the stapler nail gun. I'm stapling the tracks to the table to so it doesn't fall apart. Hope don't wake the kids up. Yeah.
David Serda. Just so you know, sweetheart, no one's told you this, but I'm just gonna come right out and tell you, darling, there's only one fruit cake, and people are just giving it away and passing it around the world. There isn't more than one fruit cake, David.
Can the Enterprise replicate a fruit cake on the replicator?
Technology is not yet created by the 24th century, even to create a fruit cake.
My grandparents actually lived in West Virginia, and one time they sent out a lump of coal for me.
What?
Oh my God!
Well, they sent other gifts, but that was the thing to open up first.
Gift, huh? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Hysterical.
You ever used to wrap grips, if you had a really small gift, but get a gigantic box and wrap it in 15 boxes or whatever? That's always fun.
Yeah, what's in there?
It's like a huge box, and then it gradually goes down
yes, I've done
later to this little thing, and you're like, ah. So what's the best gift anyone ever got for Christmas?
Wow.
Oh my.
Let me go get it.
Oh, I knew it. I'll tell you, he's going to really go get it. Oh, shit.
Oh, my gosh.
That I got to see.
Of course, Mark still has his.
Who can remember? I don't know. Man.
Greatest Christmas gift? Was that what the question was?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
If you got one in mind, you're doing better than me. That's... Oh, my goodness.
Well, we never really got anything too extravagant. Probably the year we got a Nintendo, which was probably 3 years or 4 years after they came out.
David started bail money. Hello there. Oh, you know what? Well, now I don't know about that, but I did have some favorites as a kid that I kept getting over and over again because
my brother always got the cooler shit. But yeah.
But did any of you, because I'm old, but we would get the same. My brothers and I would get sometimes the same toys for a couple of years in a row because we would break the bastards, but we didn't care. Like that old electronic football set, the one that you put, you plug it in. The ones
that would wobble and vibrate.
The little vibrating and it charges down.
I was a kid of the the action figure era. So
you were.
My first early Christmases, I remember it was Dukes of Hazzard and superheroes and He-Man and then Ghostbusters and Ninja Turtles and there was some Star Wars in there, I'm sure at some point, but
sure.
By the time I was kind of old enough, Star Wars had already been phasing out.
We used to get that Evel Knievel toy every year. Look at that. Oh, God, man.
Wow, Mark.
When we get Rock'em Sock'em Robots for a couple of years in a row, love those. That's how old we are. These are, and I actually got those walkie-talkies, but I don't have them anymore, but we got them for Christmas one year.
Yeah, so we got,
I guess the Star Trek
74, 75.
blow dryer here.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, is that a blow dryer? I mean,
phaser. But
I remember
God,
those
we played with
walkie-talkies,
these.
so they had great range, didn't they?
Not so good, but you didn't care. And then my sister would pretend to be her. And
that's not a
Migo.
phaser. That's my hair dryer. That's how I got this perfect waft.
For my toupee.
For my
So this,
no, it's definitely not a toupee.
Toupee.
This makes the most annoying noise. It's a 9-volt battery in the bottom.
I mean, like from.
It's annoying, Mark.
Oh, it's the most
play
annoying. I'll have to get a battery to play.
Like,
Okay, well, you go get the battery,
I'll get the battery.
and you show me how annoying it is, and then I want you to put it inside of a little box and put my address on it and send it to me.
You're gonna be like,
let me get some batteries.
Dumb and Dumber. Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world? Oh my goodness, dude, that's nice, man. He's always got something like that. He shared that once before. I think Tom has changed into the captain.
Who's Tom?
I don't know. I don't know.
Check out Priceline.com.
Oh, that is so awesome. Hungry Boy's best memories are when his Nana and grandfather used to come in and travel to spend Xmas with him.
Aww.
Oh, that's a great one. But I also love, let's see, Shogun Warriors, Micronauts, and Mark has some Micronauts, and Sons of Origins Marvel Comics. I still have that. But see, we never got to Shogun Warriors, but I got to see them a lot. And of course, I got to see the Herb Trimpe comic book of that Hungry Boy, but never got any of the toys. Shogun Warriors are fantastic. Those things were gigantic, and Micronauts now are very, very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
The best gift I got as a kid was a rocket, man.
Oh dear. Yeah. What are you doing, Mark? You really went to get?
It works so good with the little smirk on his face there.
Yeah, it does. Rocket Man. Yeah, I love the captain. Let's see here. Australia sold the show. Let's see. Okay, well we got him here, I think, at that point, but I think I'm so old. It was right at that point where I wasn't really buying stuff like that, and then later I look back, well, those are cool. When I started collecting toys again, for example, I'm so old, I bought the real big G.I. Joes, and when those new ones came out in the early '80s, when Marvel did the comic and the cartoon based on and put the toys out, the little tiny G.I. Joes, my friends and I, when you're like 18 or 19 and you see that, you go, that's not G.I. Joe. What the hell is that little 2-inch
too
little
small
sucker? A lot of my friends, of course, who are adults now, who are a lot younger than me, that was a big deal to them, though, and I respect that, of course. So, yeah.
Definitely not the G.I. Joe with Kung Fu grip.
Nope, not or with the chia pet hair. Chia. But to me, the G.I. Joes were the big guys. So, and of course, Big Jim. Anyone remember that? Someone remember Big Jim around here? Yeah,
I remember Big Jim.
Yeah, used to get that.
Big Jim famously became He-Man bits and pieces when they first tried
to
design him.
Right, and I remember those Jack Kirby ad art for the Big Jim Big Jim toys.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but it's just too funny. I can't let the conversation shift away from it. Snail Messiah, 29 minutes past the hour.
Where? Oh. So you judged G.I. Joe by his size, did you? I did. Well, to be fair, I judged him by his size and the art of the comic book.
I thought it was Don't Ask, Don't Tell.
Yes. It was at that time. Yes, it was.
Did you buy the comic book, Clobby? Or
I know it wasn't that at the time. That was later in the 90s because they back then they weren't supposed to ask. I mean, back then they did ask. Excuse me. What did I buy? Yeah. Did I buy what?
The G.I. Joe comic book.
No, I sold it. I remember seeing that, and I was too good to buy that. I was 18. I was buying the sophisticated stuff, like Alan Moore stuff and Frank Miller stuff, and I'll see this and go, "That's not G.I. Joe. What the hell is this?" And of course, it wasn't really my kind of comic anyway. But I have friends who love it. Michael French, please forgive me. But I didn't read the comic, man. I know he loved the Larry Hama G.I. Joe series, but it's kind of
it's something you grew up with. If you grew up with it, yeah.
I was never that into G.I. Joe. I was more into He-Man, and like G.I. Joes were generally just cannon fodder for something to get killed with.
I didn't watch the cartoon either or get the toys or the comic, but I have many friends, like I said, that love that stuff. It's all like a timing thing, really, Tom. It's like, if you're just a couple of years older from buying, then when a certain toy line, is huge, like He-Man or Turtles or whatever.
I'm right on that line. That's my problem. Like, I was born in '80s,
Yeah.
so like, I'm just not old enough to remember a lot of the stuff in the early '80s. But like, once you get to the middle part, then I really kind of remember.
See, I had nephews. This is before I'd gone back in buying toys as a collector, that I could buy the Secret Wars and Superpowers figures for, and the wrestling figures that they loved, and then the Turtles and stuff. My kids were a little older than that. They were a little younger than that. When they started buying that stuff, there was Power Rangers. Oh, they made me go to the Power Rangers movie. Oh. And
so your kids are a little younger than me, then, yeah.
A little bit younger. My daughter's 34. My son is 32.
Okay,
so
about
a little
10
bit
years almost.
older than like the Turtles toy.
Because I remember just as I was getting old enough to where I was coming out of that phase is when Ninja Turtles came in, or Power Rangers came in and kind of usurped Ninja Turtles for a while. Yeah, that was that era there right after.
It's all what you grow up with.
So you ready?
Oh my goodness! No, we got to make that. Let me.
Oh no!
So my uncle, after a while, said, Marcus, if I keep hearing this noise, I'm gonna smash it. Or maybe he said, take it away from you, but
that's not that annoying. You made it sound like it was gonna be.
Oh man,
that's not annoying.
Okay.
Well, maybe put it in the
that? Yes.
8 hours.
Nice.
So, and then the flashlight.
Not annoying.
Actually, when that came out, that's not too bad though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is actually a good. Yeah, the effect is pretty good.
Don't point it towards yourself. You've been watching too much film.
I'm during Michael Burnham. Yep. I'm trying to see if the flashlight bulb is working, but and then
you can annoy some people with that. Like older people really hate that kind of crap.
Oh, after a while they were sick. Yeah, imagine me. Like I'm shooting the damn thing for the whole day. I mean, it didn't stop. I mean, and then you had these little discs that you could put in. It's like here's the Klingon ship, and you put the disc into the top. This is high tech for back in the 70s. So you'd put
all the
that in front
adults
of
are
the
trying
flashlight.
to take out the battery.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eric. Hey, can I see that toy, kid?
Yeah, smash. And so you had a flashlight. You put the flashlight, and it would, you'd shine the picture of the Klingon ship or whatever, the Enterprise ship. The Klingon ship. Of course, they had the Enterprise. And this.
Well, that was actually a later one than the earlier ones. Then, yeah. Okay, so that's
So they had the Enterprise.
That's pretty cool.
And then they
I don't know if I've ever seen that one.
UFO
just a random UFO.
Is that the Jupiter? Is that the C-57D or the Jupiter 2?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I wish.
Area 51, rando Area 51 ship.
And they had a storage compartment on top of the phaser, which is cool. So
nice.
And of course, I still have crazy Mark heads. I have this is one I bought off of eBay, and I still have my original one, but. I let people look at this one. No, just kidding. I like the Spinal Tap joke, but mine actually the back part broke off, so I've got to try to 3D.
Oh, you're parting it out, are you?
Be plain.
Yeah, and then I still have this, and we're talking about the movies. Like I have a movie of me opening this up in 1975. So this is an old classic Corgi La France. I don't know how I didn't destroy this as a kid.
So few people have toys like that intact from when I was a kid. You really took care of your toys.
And then the ladder, the ladder opens up, and you can, let's say I haven't done this in a bunch of years, but this, see the ladder, take the ladder up, it still works with the gears.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
And then you can pull the ladder. It had a string, and then the ladder would extend. You played with this for hours as a kid, and you've got all the spare ladders in the back, and then the sides, the stanchions come out to support it. I haven't dusted this, sorry, Raquel, but
it adds character.
But I mean, I have the cool thing is I have my grandfather's reaction when I'm, so I have another one too that went with this as a set. This is, just showing this one, but I've got, it's on video and you can see his big smile, as I'm like psyched to get this, and I don't know how the heck I didn't destroy this as a kid because this is pretty fragile, but that's one of my other fun toys. Nice. I have a shelf that stays up in our it's like a kitchen table shelf, so I've got that on there. So the missus puts up with my stuff, but that's a pretty cool cool piece. Yep.
Nice.
Your house is truly a museum, though.
It is.
I mean,
It is. It is.
Yeah.
you could open up one and like charge money for people to come in.
Yeah. Yeah. Mrs. D, she needs another house.
Yeah, she's like, we have a storage, we have a our business. She's like, can't you just like bring all the stuff there and put it at the, in the attic or something?
Oh man.
But it's so much fun to be able to show this stuff too. It's just they really appreciate being able to, have people geek or nerd out over this stuff. So
Right.
it's a lot of fun.
Everyone's always enjoyed seeing you do that, dude. It's amazing. So yeah. Wow.
And it brings back those memories. Yeah, you get those memories of, Christmas. And like you said, the Evel Knievel. I didn't get the Evel Knievel. It turned out to be one of my favorite toys, too. It was a Turbo Tower of Power by Kenner.
Yeah, you showed me that one. Yeah.
Yep. It was a cop. So my mom told me, well, Santa Claus was out of him this year. So, so Santa was out. So we got you the Turbo Tower of Power, which I still have, of course. And but it was actually, I thought it was better where we'd jump, compete with Evel Knievel. I'm like, see, my guy is better. He can jump farther than Evel.
Yeah.
And thanks, Jill and David. Yep, appreciate they said
indeed.
they like seeing the stuff. Yep. Thank you very much. Yep.
Yep. So Tom, you've been doing some cool stuff on Mead on Mead Radio.
Oh, thank you.
I love it, man. It's amazing. Have you been doing will you continue to do some Christmas stuff this weekend on there, or you're busy?
Yeah, I'll try to do at least one more show with some Christmas music. I try to do something special every year. The first year I did the Mr. Hankey's Christmas, or maybe that was the first year was Mr. Hankey's Christmas album.
Yeah.
And then last year I did the Star Wars Christmas album.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do this year. That's a good question.
Have you ever heard? I'm kind of afraid to talk about it on here because it's so disturbing, but it's a Christmas song by Tiny Tim.
Not sure if I know that one.
Called, I don't know if I can say it.
So the only one of his I know is like Tiptoe Through the Tulips or whatever.
Yeah.
Instantly comes into my head. Instantly, Tom.
I don't think I should say the title, and I'm not kidding. I'm not making this up. I'm going to put it right in the chat. There's a video that has it online. It is.
Oh, I know what
the
it
80s.
is. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, you can't say that. No,
I'm going to put it in the chat.
No, you can't say that. Yep.
And if you'll
That would get you in
excuse
big
me
trouble.
using this kind of language. But here I will put it in, and I was wondering if you've ever heard of this. I'm not making it up. That's the name of a song by Tiny Tim, and you can. It is
Oh my
ridiculous.
goodness.
Have you ever heard this song? You
I
will not
can
believe it.
clearly say I haven't.
If you get a chance, go find someone has a video of it on YouTube. I would not play it on here. It's from the 80s. When he made this song, everyone who worked for him, my God, you can't be serious. Please do not, for the love of God, make this song. And because you can see how offensive the title is. It's the most extraordinary thing.
How the heck did that get published?
I don't know how. I mean, Stern used to play this back in the 90s and stuff, and he's interviewed him on there. Remember, he would have Tiny Tim on there. So why would you do this? Are you out of your mind? It is mind-boggling. I can't help. I'm so evil to laugh at it, but I'm laughing. It's like I can't. I'm laughing at how stupid he was to make this song. So much so that I don't even. I can say it. It's no curse words in the song, but I feel uncomfortable saying the title on the show, so I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, it's offensive.
Yeah.
It's but it's if you think the title's offensive.
When did that come out? I mean, that's good.
Late 80s, early 90s,
Wow.
like late 80s, somewhere in the late 80s, I believe.
That's
And he was
crazy.
never like, he was weirdo and stuff, but good Lord. Yeah, I'm sorry, folks. I'm not trying to be bad by not telling you the title, but I don't feel comfortable saying it over the air.
One of
So
my
you can
favorite
find it
Christmas
and
songs is
judge it on your own.
Father Christmas by the Kinks. That's one of my favorite. I think
Yeah, I played that a couple of times already.
I love that song. And
And I love
I would say it on my channel. I'd say the name just so you know.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's not like you can get demonetized for anything. It's not like it's
but
it's
just
mean though. It's mean.
pretty
yeah.
mean. It's
I got no filter.
No, I got you.
That ranks up right up there with Santa Inc. though.
I don't know that one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the new
yeah,
travesty
Eric. Oh,
movie.
yeah.
Oh, that trash. Yeah. It's the kind of it's that it's.
I think
Seth
I'll
Rogen.
stick with
Sensitive.
Perry Como. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
stick with my Perry Como.
Well, Tiny Tim was a nut, but good lord, it's like my point is, people who do here laugh at it because like you're in disbelief that anyone would even write this song and actually put it out on a record and put it out there. And obviously, it didn't play on the radio at the time or anything like that, but it was out there. You could buy it or whatever, I guess. And it's just mind-boggling. This guy would do this, so I don't know. Just look. You guys can just Google Tiny Tim Christmas song. Probably find it that way if you want to. And it's on YouTube.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a big
Or it
Jethro
was.
Tull fan, so I love the Jethro Tull Christmas album. So
Yeah.
that's what I play a lot of. Play that for Christmas or Mannheim
Yeah.
Steamroller. I love Mannheim Steamroller.
I like Weird Al Christmas stuff.
Weird Al Christmas.
I'll stick with Bing Crosby or Burl Ives.
Bing Crosby, Burl Ives, Perry Como. Those are like my top 3
Nice. Yeah.
for sure. My top 3. They're wonderful.
Yeah.
And I love, the Elf is a great movie, and of course, you've got that great soundtrack to Elf, and Baby It's Cold Outside is one of my all-time favorite Christmas songs until recently, where people have been trying to cancel it for ridiculous reasons. Even though it was a husband who wrote that for his wife, so they could sing that at Christmas parties, and Zoe Deschanel's got a gorgeous voice, and she's actually got a nice Christmas album. She's in a band called She and Him, and they've got some cool Christmas songs. But I love Baby It's Cold Outside. That's a great song. Elf is a great Christmas movie too.
You like Elf? You like a Will Ferrell movie? I'm just messing with you.
Yeah. I'm sending maple
Max
syrup
found it.
your way. Yeah.
Right, Max?
Yeah,
Right, Max?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, public. That's what I'm saying. That's what you sit there and go. I can't. I mean, I don't think that the subject matter is funny. I think it's funny that this jackass is that stupid, and the song is so. Oh my god, I don't know. One of the weirdest things I've ever seen.
Chef's here.
Hey, Chef, what's up, Mr. Angel?
Hey,
Good to
Mr.
see you,
Angel.
buddy. Must be like 5 in the afternoon to him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Merry
Thanks.
Christmas,
Merry
Mr.
Christmas.
Angel.
Merry Christmas to you.
This is our Christmas stream. So I just want to say now, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you and yours. And I'm so happy that you are on the mend, you're out of hospital, and
Yes.
you're able to enjoy Christmas. I'm so happy that you are well.
Yes. Well, yeah, I know I brought everything down by mentioning that, but I was just curious. I was just if anyone had ever heard of it, and if you have, fortunately.
And, and a shout out to Mr. Angel. He helps up a Discord for my channel, and he offers. For
Cool.
Clobberin times too. So
Did he?
but really, yep. So
I didn't know I had a Discord. Cool.
no, but you can know if you want to do one. Yep.
Okay.
He did one for my channel, so he did a really awesome job. I really appreciate it. So that was a nice Christmas
so
present.
lost on Discord, man.
Well, he'll help you. He's been helping me, and he's been sending me things. I got to do a couple of things, so I appreciate that. And
very cool.
So favorite Christmas dessert, Eric?
M&Ms.
Favorite Christmas dessert?
Sorry, go ahead, Eric.
Apple pie.
Yeah, of course, because you have all those beautiful fresh apples around you and lemon cheese.
Dutch apple pie, actually, to be exact.
Wow, so really good. Tom, favorite dessert, honey? What are you looking forward to?
Oh boy, there's so many good things, and I'm a fat kid.
I love you, honey.
Oh Lord, like I love everything from the standard cookies to just the eccentric treats you normally only get this time of year, kind of thing.
Right.
My mom always makes some pretty good cookies, though, sugar cookies. And
of course, she's Irish, right? Is it your mom who's Irish or your dad?
Well, she's more German, but my dad's pretty much 100% Irish. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got the Irish cookies going. Are you doing the Irish pudding? Are you doing the rice pudding? What?
No, probably we're just kind of pretty standard. Like I said, turkey and ham and potatoes, and just kind of a standard home cooked kind of
I gotcha.
rustic country kind of Christmas at the most. Yeah.
I got you. I got you. Mark, what is your favorite dessert? What dessert are you most looking forward to this Christmas? Oh, Mark's not there. Clobby.
Mark. There's so many, so let's try to name one. Well, is it a Christmas one though? Because we have it a couple times a year, I think. But my favorite's probably Mississippi Mud, and I know no one knows what that is.
I know what that is.
You do?
I do.
Oh, there you go.
That is a very, very good choice. Absolutely delicious.
Graham cracker on the bottom.
Yep.
Some kind of what is it? Some kind of cottage cheese or no? Or cheese? What is that?
Mascarpone?
No, because I'd be able to pronounce it.
Oh,
I can't remember it. Some kind of and
well, it's usually
and,
white
and chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah, some kind of like cheese. Why am I cottage cheese? No, whatever. But it's got
cream
of
cheese?
course, a big cream cheese. Thank you.
Yeah.
And a big, and then a layer of chocolate, and then of course a layer of whipped cream. And
Oh, no.
unless, of course, I got robbed this when everyone was out of town for Thanksgiving, like they're going to be for New Year. I mean, like they're going to be for Christmas. But I got invited to a place where they made it.
Yeah.
And they made it wrong. They put pecans and crap in the crust and ruined it.
Oh,
and
no.
on the top too, which was a sin against the universe.
Oh no.
So you can't do that. Don't put pecans anywhere near anything I want. In
Sherry,
fact, my mom used to make pralines without pecans just for me. Go ahead.
Sherry is jumping in here. Sorry to interrupt you, boss. She likes the trifle. And Chef, of course, Chef is saying tiramisu.
Okay. I don't know what
Some
that
good
is.
stuff going on here. Jill is doing the flan.
The whatty? The whatty? The flan. I don't know what that is. See, you name the stuff. I'm not sure what it is, but I know it's probably good. Unless it has pecans.
No, it doesn't have pecans.
They're obsessed with pecans down here.
Flan is kind of like a custard in texture.
It is.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yep.
Tiramisu, it is. I love it, and it depends on how much what is it, brandy that you sprinkle over it.
Kahlua usually, but yeah,
Kahlua, that's it.
It's lady fingers and whipped cream and more whipped cream and lady fingers. It's just really good in coffee, and usually espresso. So it's quite delicious.
Yep.
Let's see here. We got a limerick. We got another limerick.
Okay.
From the great Max Redstone, our master of ceremonies, and our great composer, and he says, let's see here. Limerick. Wesley, so easy to dismiss. Let's take a moment to reminisce. The boy we despise, who saved the Enterprise, would probably destroy Santa and Christmas.
Oh,
thank you. He's ready to go book
bravo, Max.
I should have kept the one you did earlier, dude. Oh, God, I should have copied it. That was a masterpiece you did earlier there. Thank you. Any Wesley bashing is okay by me ever. Let's see. Because
Hungry Boy says in Oz they have a Christmas pudding with coins inside. Oh boy, that's Irish. The coins inside. And he says, out of the Brit tradition made by my Nana. Yeah, I think that's actually an Irish tradition. I didn't know that the British do that, but yeah, washing coins and wrapping them in parchment paper or in saran wrap or just putting them in the cake it's an Irish thing. And people actually used to be kind of racist towards Irish people for doing it. They used to say that it was like dirty and gross and weird. But I love the money cake. The money cake is cool. But they don't just put money in it. They put in lots of other things. And each item that is put inside of the cake has a meaning. And if you look it up in Irish Heritage, they have each one of the things that you can put inside of the cake. It has all of the symbolism and the meaning. So like who in your family is going to get married that year? Like your cake affects your whole family's future. You have to look it up. You will really like it.
We don't do that here in the States because the way our kids eat, they just kind of shovel it in, and we'd have
Right.
too many kids eating coins.
Kids choking to death.
Oh my goodness.
Either that, or you'd have to follow them around with a bag until they
Yeah.
leave.
Yikes. Wow. Well, I'll tell you what. You've all been wonderful here tonight. I really appreciate you. Mark, he's back. What you
I'm
got?
back, yep.
What happened, man?
Well, I set off the echo and then it woke up the missus, so I gotta get off.
Oh,
now.
you got in trouble. Got in
Yep.
trouble. We're about to close it up anyway, man.
Yeah.
So, Andy Masterson, what's up, bud? Good to see you there, man. Well, I tell you what, I want to thank you all for being with us here tonight. We did it a night early. We usually do this on Thursday nights, of course. Big shout out again to everyone that or big apology, I guess I should say, for having to cancel the Global Geek Gang for tomorrow after just planning it and just sending out the invites and having to back up on them. Go, nope, something came out right when I was sending out all the invites, and I'm so sorry about that, everyone. So what I will do, if I can't find a way to reschedule it tomorrow night sometime, which probably won't happen, depending on, because I'm going to be out on the road for a long time. I guess I'll just stick to what I'm doing Saturday night, which there's no Saturday Night Star Trek for the next 2 weeks, of course. We will be back, though, the second week in January to start over reviewing all of real Star Trek. Raquel and myself and pick up where we left off in the middle of somewhere in smack dab in the middle of season 4 of Star Trek: The Next Generation. And you have all been just so fantastic all year, hanging out with us there and making it so much fun. We really appreciate you. It's just, we have such a fantastic time, all because of you. And we just cannot thank you enough for that. But still, I will be home Saturday night, it's Christmas night, and I'll just sit here and do something. I'll just talk to you. It'll just be, and I will hang out and do a Christmas stream, and nothing fancy. Not that we ever do anything fancy here. We just don't do that. We just like hanging out with you, our Clobberers. So, you've all been fantastic tonight. You've been fantastic throughout the year. You're just extraordinary. So I want to thank all of you. And look, Raquel, it would just take too long. This is the last time I'll see you before Christmas, I think. Yeah. I love you. You've been so wonderful. Such a wonderful friend over the past year and a half, or however long we've been hanging out and doing these shows. There's no Saturday Night Star Trek without you. It would never exist without you. And you just made it fantastic. I love you. You've been a wonderful first officer and an even better friend. And thank you for being here. And please tell everyone about your wonderful literary works and where they can find them.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, before I do that, I just want to say, I want to thank all of the wrenches, and I want to thank the whole community for coming behind this channel and for supporting Clobby. Clobby, I love you so much. And however long we've been friends, we're getting up there now. It's kind of crazy how quickly time has just flown by, but I love you so much. Thank you for creating this space for us, for all of us, for nerds and geeks, to come together and to just talk about all the stuff we love. I adore you for it, and I respect you so much, and I enjoy your company immensely. And I'm looking forward to the new year, another year with you and within this community of amazing people. I love you all so much. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much. And, I've been for the past year, again, I've been doing this. Before I moved to YouTube, I did it for 11 years, and now it's been a year and a half, and 970, 3 episodes now that this one's over. And I've had so much fun, made so many fantastic friends over on my old space, and even way, way more over here in this short time that I've been here on YouTube. It's been fantastic. Thankful for all of it. So many wonderful, great friends. And one of my best, of course, has been Mark D with a C, my chief engineer brother. Thank you, buddy. Yep. You've been amazing, bro.
It's been great to get to meet you and this whole community. It's been awesome. Yep. So can't put into words. So it's been some good times.
I want to thank the wonderful anti-derivative Jill, our communications officer on the Starship Clobby Prize, a name I will never be using again. I hate it because it sucks and it's stupid. I'll never say that again. But thank you, Jill, so much for that. For $5, says Saturday Night Star Trek. She's got wow, we'll be back January the 8th with 4 more episodes. Half-Life, the host, The Mind's Ear, no, and In a Theory. Thank you so much, Jill. You are wonderful, and you definitely get, everyone else has something fancy they play. I don't usually, but this is from this past week. So, with an episode we just did. So here you go. This is Worf.
I protest. I am not a merry man.
Eric K, buddy, you look, man. All you do, man. Thank you so much. Can't thank you enough, brother. Because, dude, you work for all these streams. You do all this kind of stuff. I mean, and I don't know how you do it, brother, but you came over here and have been such a fantastic friend. I'm a nothing channel. I'm a nobody, man. And you have come over and just become a great friend of this channel, buddy. You are the bronze wrencher, my friend, and I cannot thank you enough.
Well, I love you. I love Raquel. I love Mark and Tom. I love you. It's just you won't play my songs all the time, right when I ask. So,
if I miss them, sometimes you gotta forgive me. I do try to get as many as I can, though.
Absolutely. Well, you're the man, bronze wrencher, buddy. Just
but
thanks.
I thought I would make one of my rare appearances on cam for you.
I'm glad you did.
Yay!
Say Merry Christmas to everybody, and you all mean the world to me. So that's why I do what I do.
Love you.
We're
Love
great
you.
to have you
Merry
here.
Christmas, sweetheart.
Tom, we appreciate you, man. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah,
I love
no
your channel.
problem.
I know we don't get to hang out a lot, buddy, but we don't get to hang out much, buddy. But when we do, I always enjoy it, man. And it's always good to bump into you on all of the streams and stuff. And man, thanks for coming over to my little channel and hanging out with me, man. I'm honored.
Yeah,
and
I
love
gotta have
what
you on
do.
sometime. It's been too long.
Oh, yeah. Well, dude, look, I'm just glad you came over to hang out with us, man. And I hope, and again, I love Mead. That's fantastic. And, what you and Andre, and do on over there, you got one of the great channels. I have links to my description below, everyone, but you all know Midnight's Edge and Mead and Radio and all that stuff anyway. So
I appreciate it.
Great channel. Yeah.
We appreciate you, man. And thank you. And I hope you and yours have a wonderful Merry Christmas as well.
You too.
Everyone, I tell you what, I don't care if I get in trouble for this because my engineer made it for me, and it fits the mood because I love this show, and this show always gets me right here. So, and I don't have any other videos. So here we go, and then I will say my goodbyes.
Briscoe, Bowler, I hope to see you in action again soon.
Count on it. Well, maybe after a brief hiatus.
Beautiful country, isn't it, Bowler?
God bless America.
What do you say we put some miles under these horses? You ready, Comet? Let's ride.
Thank you all, everyone. Merry Christmas to you, the lovely Sherry, Andy Masterson, the lovely anti-derivative Jill. Hungry Boy, my brother, what a great friend you've been in this channel, man. I so much appreciate you. JT Kirk, great friend. Mr. Angel, I appreciate you. Snail Messiah, thank you so much. Man, so many others. Matthew Pounder, appreciate you. Man, I don't want to forget them all. Snail Messiah. So when you do that, then you start forgetting them. It's like, oh no, there's so many of them that have been here tonight with us. Decepticon. Sean Buddy, thanks, man. And tells J-Man thanks for me. J-Man is a great friend of the channel as well. Anybody we miss, it's just because I'm old and senile, folks. I still love you. So, Merry Christmas. And just remember this.
I protest. I am not a merry man.